Cirque Mechanics Winter Wonder Shop, supported by Chick-fil-A. December 12th through 29th. Get tickets now at drphillipscenter.org. Purchase early and save. Holidays at Dr. Phillips Center, supported by First Horizon Bank.
At the UPS Store, we understand the importance of a first impression. That's why we're here to help you put your best foot forward and be unstoppable with our printing services. With high-quality paper stock options, banners, business cards, menus, and more, we make sure your small business stands out and your message reaches the masses. After all, we're the one-stop prints that pop store. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, prices, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today and get your print on.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. September is Healthy Aging Month. You know what that means? Taking care of yourself right now so there are no problems later. And with a scan over at Life Imaging FLA, you can do that. Let me tell you something, man. This thing has impacted so many people, saving their lives. And here's how they do it. They show people something they didn't know they had a problem with. That's why it's so important to be proactive instead of reactive when it comes to your long-term health. In 30 to 40% of heart attacks, the very first symptom is sudden death. In other words, it's the first thing that happens before you know what's going on. So do what I did. Do what plenty of Central Floridians are doing. Get with Life Imaging FLA and get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value, and it's easy to make your appointment. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you got to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds, guys. Make that call and make this the year you take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. You can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Boost Mobile built America's newest 5G network and made it easier than ever to switch. And when you do, you can get a free Galaxy A25 5G. Need to hook up the whole family? With Boost Mobile, you can get 4 unlimited lines and 4 free 5G phones for only $100 per month. To switch, head to your local Boost Mobile store today and get your free Galaxy A25 5G or 4 unlimited lines and 5G phones for $100 a month. New customers only. Requires auto pay and ID verification. Other restrictions apply. See participating dealers for details.
One of the things that sets IDC apart from other jewelry stores is the selection, the sheer volume of diamonds available in any shape and any size.
You truly cannot compete with our inventory.
Meet IDC's Ryan McMahon, who explains that because International Diamond Center is a direct importer, they don't have to borrow diamonds from wholesalers or third-party suppliers like other stores.
When somebody is shopping around, say they're looking for a 2-3 carat diamond, a lot of stores don't own that level inventory. What they'll do is they'll say, I understand that's what you're looking for. Let me have a few options sent in for you tomorrow. They're just middlemaning a deal.
And that, Ryan says, always leads to a higher cost for you, but not at IDC.
When you come into one of our stores, you want to see a 2 carat, a 3 carat, 4 carat, 5. You can do that because we own the goods. We buy it right. We don't have to call around or source anything.
International Diamond Center. Bigger selection, better value every day.
I can sell a higher quality product at the most competitive pricing you'll find.
4 Orlando locations.
Score new Nissans from 18.9. It's a win at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The news News Junkie is on.
The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday, September 27th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from Did We Survive Helene to a meteorologist saves a woman on live television, and is the new Joker movie gonna flop? Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Heidi ho.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And this never, ever, ever happens, friends.
What happened, dude?
Even after the storm and everything, I looked, and we have a last-minute message here right before the show. I know, I'm very confused. It just dusted off here. Yeah, we got a last-minute message from my mangled gate. Let's listen in.
Have a great Friday, you mother...
We did it, everybody! Yeah! The midway through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back. You deserve it after a week like this. Damn hurricane coming through.
So rest in peace, fence.
Oh, I woke up and there's leaves everywhere. No big deal. No big deal in the leaves. You can get those out of the pool and whatnot. But then Courtney goes, "Can you help me with something?" And I go, "Oh, I'm in bed. I'm doing show prep. What do you need?" And she goes, the fence. I go, "Oh, no." And I wandered out there. I could barely open my eyes. And the gate on the fence was like flung around backwards and busted out. I said, "Son of a bitch." All this after I was smack talking the storm, because we were watching a movie. I'm sitting there on the couch. I go, this doesn't seem that bad. Every once in a while, you get that little pressure, against the house.
The wind was pretty rough, I got to say.
Was it?
At least
at what
my
time?
part. Kind of throughout all of it. It definitely got a lot worse closer. You're like 9, 10 p.m. Mm-hmm. But I feel for my neighbors just a block away. It was just as I was getting home from the show at like 3:30 that an entire branch or tree came down and took out the power for the block. Like, there was already 7 OUC trucks and Spectrum and whoever else, which, thank you for your service and being there so fast. But I just hate for them that the hurricane had not even reached us and everyone was out of power.
Oh, no. Did they get it back up quickly or no?
I believe so. I hope so.
I'll tell you what. Courtney, her sister, has moved to Florida recently.
Oh, welcome.
She lived in Philadelphia for a long time with her daughters. And she moved here, and this was her first hurricane. So Courtney reached out to her at about 7 or 8 o'clock to go, "Hey, you guys okay? Just wanted to see what's happening." And she goes, "We lost power." And we're going, "You lost power already? Oh, no. What do you do? What's happening out there?" It was really early on, unfortunately.
But I was watching everyone else get effed up.
Yeah.
My God, like just seeing the West Coast and like Perry, Florida.
Yep.
Yeah, it was catastrophic.
You see that bridge in Tampa? Did you take a look at that?
And did you see all the cars still driving through it?
Yes. Yeah, we'll get into all that in just a moment here. You know, when they shut down all the Waffle Houses in Tallahassee, you got something coming, and that's what happened with Hurricane Helene. But let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. Let's take it to the skies for the maddest human beings on planet Earth. Here they go, the hurricane hunters. Last night into the evening, just early evening, actually.
Interesting. You never see like in the front 3 people.
3 people in a line in the front of this thing, and they're cruising through Helene last night. And I watched this.
Smiling.
The drops.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, no, the dips, the dives.
Oh, God.
And they're just not phased. They're cruising along, no big deal. This thing, folks, is bouncing, dropping,
couldn't get a camera on a gimbal or something? Like,
come on.
Give him one of those DJI Osmos. Yeah.
This guy is bouncing around trying to do the best he can, Sealand, as this plane is dropping out of the sky. They look like they're like laughing, some of them.
Having a good time.
Lunatics, these people.
Doing what they love.
And I'll tell you, thank God we have them. Thank God we have them, because they do a great job getting information for us that saves other people's lives. But I could never do it. You're all dead if that's on me.
I mean, to fly the plane, I feel like if there's, despite how much I hate flying commercially, these are the people that do this all the time. So therefore, I think I would be up for one flight with the hurricane people.
Oh, God.
Strapped
it would be
up and screaming.
Treacherous. Yeah, you're going to have to drug me a little bit and to tie me to the wall and strap me back like that. I'll be like, oh, no. How about this? I love this moment here, and a couple of visuals here. I'll try to pop some of these up on See It Now for you. But this was at Tampa General Hospital, and they had a, what's it called? I don't know if it's that thing that used to advertise with us. No, this is the Aqua Fence. Was that the Aqua Fence that advertised with us?
The Aqua Dam was the one that advertised with us.
That's it. Yeah, the Aqua Fence. This is outside the Tampa Hospital, and you see they're all bone dry on one side, right? This
Look
guy's
at that, man.
checking out the Aqua Fence, bone dry on one side.
Okay, so that's not what advertised with us, I don't think.
No, we had like that blow up.
Yeah. The one that we found the people that some guy who his neighbors thought it was crazy. He got this thing and his house stayed like unflooded, but it was the thing was made of water. Like the whole it looked inflatable, but it was water inside it.
Yeah, and it worked really well, just like this thing does. It's amazing. You see on one side, I don't know if that's the intercoastal or what, but
Tampa
there's
Bay.
The Bay, I guess, and that area is on one side, and then on the other side, you see these people behind a fence, and it's just absolutely bone dry. It's unbelievable how successful this product was for them, but it worked somehow, some way. And then here's the bridge in Tampa where Sabrina was saying, I can't believe they were driving across. Why?
That's nuts.
Why?
And that's early on in the day.
Yeah, this is just don't drive across this bridge when there's a storm. It looks like something out of The Day After Tomorrow. Like the planet is raging against us dumb humans left here on Earth. I'll put all of those up on See It Now so you can take a look at the visuals there. But we did okay. It looks like we got a couple of things here and there down in the neighborhood.
I had a couple plants fall over, and I'm missing some tequila.
Hey, your tequila I can probably account for, but can we ask about the skeleton in the front yard? How did the skeleton fare?
The skeleton we took down. Not took down, but we laid it down. It's laying down in my
I saw two
driveway.
Skeletons laying down as well. It was like
in the
just
driveway?
sleepy time for the giant skeletons.
It looks like it's taking a little nappy.
It didn't move at all? It's that heavy? This thing was just chilling in the driveway?
I don't think there was enough to move it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess there was enough here to whip that damn gate around, though. It did this before with this weirdo freak supercell that we had come through the neighborhood, and somehow I fixed it. And I was going to brag to you guys the other day about how I fixed it. I was like, my fence was done for, my gate was ruined, and I fixed it. I fixed it myself. And then I went out there this morning and said, son of a bitch, I don't know if I can get this one fixed. Might have to call somebody out to help us with this. How did you guys fare? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now.
I didn't know you were doing the dispatch thing. I thought you were asking us again.
Yeah,
I was
like, hey,
MF, I just told you.
We just talked about it.
Talking to the audience peoples. Those you listening right now. I wonder how you fared in all of this. Carl, thank God. Did you strap him down, or was he just
I attached
scared?
him to a string for a little bit, and we did some
like
Carl flying. Yeah,
it's like a bee on a string, just flying him around.
I don't think Lexi reacted at all. It wasn't very noisy.
Yeah, no, thunder and lightning is where he barks at it and thinks that he could fight it, but there was not much of that at all. My girlfriend, on the other hand, every time he saw or heard the gusts of wind, she would like grab my hand. I'm like, you've lived in Florida for a very long time. What's happening?
Get with it.
We're going to be all right.
The power outages in most of Florida appear to be fairly minimal unless you're up in the Panhandle or northern Florida, or I heard Jacksonville got hit a little bit. Some of those areas are a little bit worse off. But I was texting with my cousin in South Carolina this morning, and they're out of power all over the place up there. Like, they have a lot of people who have lost power in that area. And I asked myself the question after hearing this news and seeing the reports that there were so many people in Georgia, South Carolina, in those areas that were without power. Is that because their infrastructure isn't built for it like ours is in Florida? Or is there any way South Carolina got a worse version of the hurricane than most of Florida did. That seems odd that would be the
Charleston's
case.
pretty close to the coast. So I imagine
it's on the coast.
That they have been used to something like that. I know, like, I was watching the news this morning and someone out of Atlanta, they were all like, we had our warnings for 2 days, but in the past, usually it simmers down, that we were prepared for a tropical storm and not still a hurricane once it hit us.
Yeah.
So,
and then,
I don't know. I just know that people in Perry got rocked.
Got pretty bad? Yeah. There's a lot of folks there this morning waking up and trying to get everything going, and hopefully all works out for everybody. Now we got some other storms out there, unfortunately. Right. Through no fault of mine. There's a bunch of other storms that are out there and headed for maybe us. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with all of this as it develops over the next 3-4 days. Hopefully we get a little break here. And the thing that I thought was pretty crazy, hold on, Tampa Bridge flooding. All right, those items that we just talked about are on See It Now. You can check them out at your leisure on thenewsjunkie.com. But I heard this morning, somebody said, it was like, is it going to be one of those beautiful days?
No.
Because it's hard to understand this if you don't live in a hurricane area. But many times after a big hurricane goes through, the next day, all of the bad weather was sucked up in the hurricane, and it's a beautiful day afterwards. Just
Not
like
today.
Beautiful skies.
It's nasty out.
Today, I look outside and I go, what is this?
Yeah.
Where's our beautiful weather?
Humid and gross, and I hate it.
I was kind of thinking that we would get the same thing. When a couple years ago, when I was about to go on a cruise, we had a hurricane come through, small one, but enough to knock a day off the cruise. But then the hurricane came through. Then the next day we left for the cruise, and it was the most gorgeous cruising weather you could ever ask for. It was beautiful.
Yeah, unless it's not. And then today they said feels like temperature is 104 degrees. That's wait, what? Where's our beautiful, cool, blue sky day after the hurricane? That's what we love to have. It's the reward we get afterwards. Anyhow, check out all of those videos. Those are up on See It Now over on thenewsjunkie.com. We got some listeners to get to with emails rolling in. We got other updates about damage from the storm. A meteorologist rescues somebody on live television. Wait till you hear this. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You might not have many friends, but we definitely don't. So, hey Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for an accident on Celebration Boulevard at Waterside Drive. And if you really have to be on the roadways this morning, just a heads up, some areas might still be without power, so traffic lights could be out. Be extra cautious at intersections and stay alert for debris and road damage. Make sure you follow any detour signs and stay updated with local news. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa handcrafted beverages are just $3 or $4. From iced lattes to smoothies to a late-night milkshake. Get any handcrafted 16 or 24-ounce beverage for just $3 or $4. Gotta have a Wawa.
iHeartRadio brings you Global Citizen Festival 2024 from New York City at Central Park's Great Lawn. Live performances from Post Malone, Doja Cat, Jelly Roll, Benson Boone, and more. Join the movement to end extreme poverty now, one action at a time at GlobalCitizenFestival.com. Hear the entire festival live on the iHeartRadio app all day tomorrow, and the best of the best moments on the free iHeartRadio app's Hit Nation station tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
Every morning brings new opportunities. That's why I love McDonald's new limited time breakfast deal. For just $5, I can mix and match 2 of my favorite breakfast sandwiches to make all new flavor combinations. Today, I'm starting my morning with a sausage McMuffin with egg and an egg McMuffin for just $5. Tomorrow, I may mix it up with 2 egg McMuffins. So it's a new day, but the same great 2 for $5 deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup-ditioners. Air Cup-ditioners come in all my favorites, like Classic Coke, Southern Style Sweet Tea, Frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, and, of course, iced coffee. And And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day. There are drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Moments like my daughter telling me a new joke mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, explains how audio is an ideal way for brands to tell their stories.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. I think that there's something deep in all of us that enjoys listening to and telling stories. When I think about what we do here at Genentech, we do a lot to actually tell the broader story of our company and the legacy that we stand upon. 45 years marketing more than 40 medicines over that time period. And we celebrate that in story form, in audio format. It's a great way for people to learn more about what we offer and to be educated in an easy and convenient way.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company. iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Go all the way and save. It's the Winning Drive sales event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Score new Nissans from 18.9 with no payments till 2025 and 0% interest. Touchdown at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Home with a lifetime warranty.
VIN number RL 897631. MSRP 20,050 plus taxes and fees with approved credit.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're seeing the unseeable. Using advanced imaging technology, our experts can look deeper into the human body, uncovering the smallest of details that would otherwise go unnoticed, leading to more accurate diagnoses and treatments. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Boost Mobile built America's newest 5G network and made it easier than ever to switch. And when you do, you can get a free Galaxy A25 5G. Need to hook up the whole family? With Boost Mobile, you can get 4 unlimited lines and 4 free 5G phones for only $100 per month. To switch, head to your local Boost Mobile store today and get your free Galaxy A25 5G or 4 unlimited lines and 5G phones for $100 a month. New customers only. Requires auto pay and ID verification. Other restrictions apply. See participating dealers for details.
You know the biggest hassle with selling your home with the Nickley Group? Figuring out where to put the sofa in your new home, because your old home won't be on the market for long. TNG listings sell 2 times faster and for an average of 6% more. Why wait around hoping your home will sell in time for you to move into your new place? Trust the experts at the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty to get your home listed, shown, and sold. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today at thenickley.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like the Beatles Now and Then, celebrating all things Beatles. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and search The Beatles Now and Then and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the...
You are today. If you're in Rochester, maybe it's just third-hand worry, and you're looking at everybody else saying, "Are you okay?" We hope you're okay too. We hope everybody's doing all right after Hurricane Helene. And we'll
this is
check
our
in with you.
snowstorm.
Yes, we'll check in with you momentarily here. They deal with that. We deal with this, I guess.
Yeah, but I assume by the time they're hearing this, they've probably called all of their retiree loved ones to make sure that their houses are intact.
Yeah. How you doing? How is everything? Excuse me. Oh, allergies today again.
How many pills have you taken?
Courtney's getting mad at me a little bit for the allergy pills regimen. She thinks that I'm doing harm because I'm going to have to take more and more and more. I'm on 4 today.
Yeah, at that point, you move on to Allegra, my guy.
I don't know if it's any stronger than the stuff that I have.
1,000%.
I don't think it is, actually. Then the Zyrtec stuff that I take. I took the Allegra before, and it didn't do much for me. Or maybe it's just my particular case. It doesn't help me as much. I've had allergy medicine my whole damn life.
Maybe your allergies are just building up immunity. They're like, screw you and your pills. We are going to stay. They're squatting in your nose.
I'm doing 4 Zyrtec pills and 4 nose sprays. The spray
can't
stuff.
Be good for you.
It's barely work. It'll work in about 15 minutes.
Which spray is it? The Flonase?
Yeah, Flonase.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
I can't do the spray.
No,
it makes me sneeze more.
I don't have a sneezing issue with the allergies. It's just that post-nasal drip, but I don't want to gross everybody out, so I'll move on. We'll take your dispatches today on the show. Let us know what's going on where you are, what's on your mind, or what stories you want to hear us talk about. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to record your dispatch right now. Hurricane Helene is now behind us. That's moved up through the United States, unless you're in Nashville, anywhere in Tennessee, anywhere up in the Midwest. You're probably going to start seeing that over the next day or so. It knocked out power to millions of customers throughout northern Florida, the Panhandle, Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, all of those places. 140-mile-an-hour winds when Helene made landfall, which is pretty damn intense. In this place that it hit, the Big Bend. Accurate prediction. Good for you, meteorologists and model makers. They said the Big Bend of Florida about 2.5 days out. That's exactly where this son of a bitch ended up going. And there's a lot of small places right around there that got hit pretty hard. Sabrina sent a couple of things over. Can I play the audio on these?
I don't remember, so maybe not.
All right, I'll mute it. We'll talk about what we're saying.
It's pretty wild, though.
The double water spout in the Palm Beaches.
Sisters, that lady called
Sisters? Okay, there's 2 of them right next to each other. These very skinny, very tall water spouts right over the water.
That's cool looking.
Oh, are they like,
they're about
they
to
look like they're
touch.
commingling. Yeah. It might have just super water spouted. It looked like the 2 became one.
And then?
That's pretty rare.
They
Holy cow.
Whoa! Yeah.
So there were 2 big water spouts next to each other. They come together and they look like they're turning into one, and then they split back off again. It's up on See It Now, obviously, over on thenewsjunkie.com. And you were talking about this area, Perry, Florida. Where is Perry, Florida?
Kind of by the Big Bend area. And the one thing, I guess now 2 things I know about Perry is many years ago I learned that it smells.
Okay, the whole city?
Perry smells. I think there's some sort of plant there that makes it smell. Yeah. Respectfully to all the Perry listeners. And 2, I guess there's a prison over there.
Always there.
So, what's up, prisoners?
All right. Yeah, they usually listen.
It's a little bit southeast of Tallahassee.
All right. And Perry just getting drilled here. American flag rocking it.
By like 70-something miles, missed the hurricane.
Really? A tree just uprooted, a shed. See you later, alligator.
Bye.
And man, it was really bad there. You got to remember, despite what may happen in certain parts of South Florida or Central Florida, they got hit with a straight up Category 4 hurricane. This thing was no joke. And for a lot of people, this was a really rough night.
That's insane.
It's strong. We've all been in like the heart of one of these, but
it's crazy when these videos look like scenes from a movie. You know, that shed that like flipped upside down and just slid across the road. That's that.
It just looks fake.
It does.
You ain't fixing that thing. That's toast, man.
That's a total loss.
Some warranty.
Yeah, all right. That might be what Josh's new shed looks like right now. I know he just installed the shed. It may be rolling around in that backyard of his right now. Okay, we want to hear from you. We'll get to some of those dispatches soon. And hundreds of thousands of people in Florida, millions of people in the Southeast without power this weekend. If we can keep you company, we're happy to do it. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And Alex emails, hey, junkies. I'm a huge fan of the show, and I've been listening for years. But, we've got one of those but emails. Any idea what this person is going to complain about? Any guesses before we get in?
Gosh, I mean, there's so many things you could.
But lately, I've had to turn it off when you guys talk about politics.
No, it's not that.
Is it sports? Is it weather?
Not sports, not weather. It's something that was beyond our control, unfortunately.
Okay.
I switched back and forth between iHeart and Spotify since I've been listening to the show. When Spotify lost the podcast for a while, thanks a lot, Spotify, I switched back to iHeart. For the last few weeks, the podcast has been skipping pretty bad, and I know it's really complicated, but I was wondering if there are any fixes on the horizon. Wednesday is the worst one I heard yet, with audio skipping in and out of stories, skipping in and out of Fritz on the Street, and overall just being very confusing to listen to. I'm sure I'm not the only one who was just wondering if there's a solution on the horizon. Thanks and love the show, Alex. Alex, thank you. Podcasters, thank you for your patience. Let's handle this. We got a maybe fix, and a definitely fix.
Okay.
Maybe fix number one. Try this for me, and I want to hear this weekend. This is calling all podcasters.
Potters.
All right? Stop just being somebody who listens out there and doesn't interact, calling all podcasters. What I want from you, email tips@thenewsjunkie.com and explain your experience. Is it also happening for you like this? Because we get a few emails here and there, but it can't be like this for everybody. Otherwise, we'd have an avalanche of emails. So email us and tell us, hey, it's not skipping for me, or hey, it is skipping for me, and if it's gotten worse, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe fix number one, Alex. Try downloading the podcast. Try downloading the file first. There's a reason to believe that it's because you're going in and out of coverage areas sometimes. Oh, I should not do that. Going in and out of coverage areas.
Those coverage areas.
You're going to get some coverage after
Lucky
Photoshop gets hold of that.
What was that thinking there? Let me put my hands down. Going in and out of coverage areas, and the audio file is skipping as it connects back to it. That might be one of the things. So try downloading the podcast and email back, all right? That's one maybe fix. Another maybe fix, you might try on the website, thenewsjunkie.com, and see how the experience is there for you. That's another option. One more maybe fix, actually, is I might be able to do something on my end. I don't know, Celine, do you think it would make a difference if when I pieced that whole gigantic podcast together with all the different things, if I downloaded that file and then uploaded that whole thing?
Wow.
Or
I don't know that would...
I'm willing to try it for you podcasters.
Try it one time.
Email and tell us how it's going.
The problem is that it's so hard to replicate the issue. First of all, then we'd have to listen to the show.
Yeah. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do that. But I will tell you the definitely fix. The silver bullet. The thing that will 100% stop all skipping if that's happening to you at all. And that is coming up. No.
Nice.
The
I almost
YouTube,
hit the button.
The YouTube stream of the show, which is always available after the show in the featured section on thenewsjunkie.com. If you go back and just listen to the show via the YouTube stream, you're not going to have any problems. You're going to be just fine. It should be beautiful. Should be good for you. And God bless. But we'll try these other things. If you are dealing with the skips and still listening to the podcast, bless your soul. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry this is happening. It's one of the banes of my existence. And all right, we'll do the best we can. Thanks, Alex. There we go. Over to you. Your dispatches are rolling in right now. That's how you join us here on the show. Flip is talking about the South Carolina storm damage.
So I have 2 sons that live up just outside of Columbia, South Carolina, and one of which was on his way to work this morning, and he was sending me videos. Super safe, by the way, John, you idiot. Sending me videos on his way in while the storm's blowing tree limbs on the power lines, and he was sending me pictures of transformers like exploding and blowing up. And then my other son woke up this morning to a tree that fell in his backyard and just split his house and his neighbor's house. I didn't fall on it and split it in half. It like fell in between them. Sorry about that. And just missed 2 cars and just missed 2 houses. And so I guess it did get pretty bad. It did. So yeah, and plus South Carolina, their infrastructure just basically sucks all the way around. I don't miss living there at all.
All right, Flip. Thank you. Appreciate that to our friends in South Carolina. Hopefully everything is going well today. I had maybe the weirdest thought I've had in some time.
Okay.
As I woke up and was looking at all this stuff, I thought, I hope my sister's grave is okay.
Oh.
And then afterwards, I thought, at what risk is this at all? In the slightest? How could this ever be a thing that would ever happen?
My
sister's buried in the ground and in a place where there's not like a giant stand-up thing. It's one of the ones that's on the ground.
Oh, so literally nothing could happen to it.
Literally nothing could happen. But it said South Carolina. I started thinking about my family in South Carolina, and I started thinking about that, and then I was thinking all kinds of dumb things. Doesn't make sense, but that's how the human brain works, I guess. Here's Kurt. He has a dispatch for us. Hello.
Hey, News Junkies. I think the Aqua Dam was used by the city of Lake City up in North Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen any reports of how successful they've been there.
It usually is successful. All right. Thank you, Kurt. And to all the folks who are in the path of this sucker, we're going to be all right. We're going to do okay. We're going to pull out from this. And we want to hear what you're doing right now today. Maybe it got real bad where you are and you want to share your story this weekend. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Bam. Nailed the time. Okay, quick break. When we come back.
Good for you, Sean.
Thank
Gold
you.
star.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, thank you. These are the things that we do behind the scenes that no one notices, that we don't ever get credit for.
I think they noticed by now.
Yeah.
Everybody's on board now.
Like he says that a lot.
Where somebody goes, happy Friday, and we go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever. We got enough clues out there that there's a syndicated weekend show.
Even the people that listen to the weekend show, it's like, we get it.
Yeah, we get it. Right? There's more days in the week. We know how many days are in a weekend. When we come back, a meteorologist rescues a woman during a live shot as the floodwaters rise around her. Was this guy really saving somebody?
I saw this video and maybe hot take from Sabrina.
Okay, let's see. Save that because I want to see if you think maybe they were just playing this up. I don't know. We will judge together. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Now that Helene is history, we pick up the tree limbs and we're back to work and school today. We'll have a couple of passing showers. Inside of any of the brief downpours, we could see some wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Otherwise, high temperatures today close to 90 degrees. This weekend, we'll have a couple of scattered storms around during the afternoon. There is some lingering tropical moisture, but otherwise things will quiet down. Highs around 90. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Burrito. Wendy's Breakfast Burrito is everything you want for breakfast. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, bacon, or sausage, all rolled up into one warm tortilla. Want the boss of breakfast burritos? Gotta be Wendy's at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Well, folks, hopefully your Friday morning is going just fine right now. Hopefully you have no damage, but maybe you do. Maybe you got flooded out. Maybe you're seeing some things that aren't working. That AC got flooded and it's just not working how it's supposed to this morning. you might need to reach out to Mills Air, a company that will indeed help you out. So don't panic. You're going to be okay. They're going to be fair, honest, nice, all of those things. Their techs are amazing. They are so good. They can work on any brand that you might have. So you don't have to think about that for a moment. But they are a Carrier factory authorized dealer over at Mills Air. And that means if you're going to get a new Carrier unit, you better go with Mills Air because they can get you over $1,000 in rebates. Why not knock that big of a percentage off your purchase of a new Carrier unit? You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call at 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Hi, my name's Tim Forehand. I'm a deputy sheriff. In my job, keeping in shape is important. I've tried other products to get my weight down, but nothing has worked like Android 400. In just 3 months, I've dropped 51 pounds, down from 230 to 179. Plus, the weight's come off in the stomach area. I've gone from a snug 36-inch waist to a 32-inch waist, which I was in high school. I highly recommend the Android 400 to all my friends.
Guys, are you frustrated because no matter how hard you try, it seems impossible to lose stubborn belly fat? Then discover why thousands of men each month rely on Andro 400. Lose belly fat, gain energy and confidence, and feel great about yourself. Andro 400, the safe, effective, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435.
Moments like my daughter telling me a new joke mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Heads up, Orlando. Holiday wonders in the air. Dr. Phillips Center presents Cirque Mechanics Winter Wonder Shop, December 12th through 29th. A high-flying, must-see holiday Cirque spectacular. With incredible aerial stunts and mind-blowing machinery, it's all happening under the big top on Center Parts Plaza. Cirque Mechanics Winter Wonder Shop, supported by Chick-fil-A. December 12th through 29th. Get tickets now at drphillipscenter.org. Purchase early and save. Holidays at Dr. Phillips Center, supported by First Horizon Bank.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. You can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Bunny Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations, like the Beatles Now and Then. Just search Beatles and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
We appreciate you. Couldn't do it without you, all that. Want to learn more about this show? Go over to thenewsjunkie.com right now, and you can learn about the show and subscribe to the podcast. Becky over on YouTube, she is chiming in during the break, and she was saying, I think she said the first time I watched a live video of the News Junkie, the voice didn't match what I thought Sean looked like. That's Jacob saying this to Becky because they're talking about watching the show for the first time. I want to know, Jacob, what you thought I was going to look like. Because Becky says, yeah, I was picturing everyone different. I thought Sabby was an older lady.
Hey, because I do it all the time.
Why would you think Sabrina was an older lady? That's, I would love.
I don't know, but
I don't know if we could do this, but I would love for somebody who has listened to the show for a while but has never seen us to draw what they think we look like.
But also happens to be a sketch artist.
Yeah, right. They need to be with a sketch artist.
Thing for that, right?
Maybe, yeah. You could put in all the information, and it would sketch up what you think we look like, and we could see that representation of what's in your head.
How old did you think I was?
Yeah, I would have never thought that you sounded like an older lady on the show.
I sound much older than I did when we first started the show.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Sean especially, but I had a bit higher pitch. But I don't think that I can match my voice to an age, right? I mean, do I sound like...
I would say younger, if anything. I don't sound old, do I? Maybe I do. This is the thing. I can't tell you about that. Cargo says, I would have thought Sean would look cooler.
The tattoos help. It said the tattoos help.
Yeah. Sorry, I came in short. No, that's a work in progress. So I'd love to hear from you folks. If you really have never seen us before, send us a dispatch and describe what you think we look like. The things that we've gotten over the years was people sometimes think C-Lane's a black dude, which is always interesting to me.
Not Nolan. Nolan says C-Lane looks how he sounds.
C-Lane looks how he sounds. I mean, I can't tell you. I was going to say, yeah, you do, but we literally cannot separate ourselves from this enough to say that.
No.
We're too close to the product, obviously, and the people. We can't do it.
Man, that'd be a fun little project. Like maybe if we do find a sketch artist and we send them audio, and it's like, draw what you think we look like.
I want you to picture all of us.
How much would that cost? Probably a lot of money, right?
Probably a lot, because we'd have to get them to listen to at least a couple of shows.
What if they hate what they're listening to? They make us so ugly.
It's the opposite of the caricature artists at the theme parks, where they're kind to you. They get rid of that double chin, maybe, and these people would just be like,
my caricature guy didn't.
Oh, he didn't? He gave you the double chin?
I had a terrible caricature artist when I was little.
Yeah, but then you look at the magnets we've put out with cartoons of us, and both of you look very hunky. Big beards, pecs. A couple times I've had giant boobs.
Yes, there's been at least one design where the artist, that was probably Charlie Layton, made your boobs really big in the drawing.
I'm like, what picture did you get, man? But thank you.
Well, I guess they try to accentuate
decent-sized boobs, but not that big.
They go over the drawings and try to accentuate things on us to help us out. And the pencil squeezer on YouTube, it says, I thought Sabrina and Deb Roberts were the same person. Love them both.
Oh, we sound so different from each other.
Yeah, they don't sound like each other at all. I thought Sean looked like Gandalf with a long beard. I pictured C-Lane or Sabrina and Chris to be 20 years old while Sean is like 50. Yeah, well, what did you get in real life?
Jokes here.
All right. We want to hear from more of you, though, because I thought that was interesting as they were talking about that during the break. And you can always come watch us over at thenewsjunkie.com/live. You'll see we're streaming on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Hurricane Helene, it hit hard, and a lot of people are reeling from it this weekend. One person was said to have been rescued on live television by a Fox meteorologist on the ground.
Asterisk.
Because we do this now. We get out there in the storm and get blowing around in the wind and you're slicker, and then you could show how cool of a weather guy you are. But you say that there's an asterisk here. You don't think this person really saved somebody.
It just took so long. I think that's the thing that I was, and a lot of people were commenting on. Let's play the video and then I'll do my commentary.
Okay, and the
best way.
The lower third says Fox weather reporter rescues woman from flooding on their own network. They're patting themselves on the back. So here we go.
Car behind you, and we could hear her screaming her.
No. This is them going. Well, they're going to flash back to it in a sec.
During your live shot, and eventually you said, "I've called 911, but the water was rising, and you had to do something." So pick up the story.
Steve, I know that we're swamped here with all the 911 calls because there's so many high water rates that we've already documented so far, and called 911.
All right, this woman was in a car. I don't know if it's an SUV or minivan. It is up to the windows in the water and rising. And the meteorologist, Bob Van Dillen, went over and pulled this lady out of the car and carried her out of the water.
And you could hear her screaming, right? You could hear it during my live shot. Real loud, and that's her car right there. Windshield wipers are still on. So I just said, you know what? I realized.
I'm going to argue that maybe he did kind of save her.
No, I take back everything I said. I thought you were going to play a completely different clip.
Can you find the other one?
I'm going to try to find it. This is coming off as very much he saved her. So
yeah, this woman's car, her car actually was in a bad position here, and the water was going up pretty high. So I don't know if he saved her. She probably could have opened the door and got out and swam away or something, but. He still helped her out. I guess you could say he saved her.
I'm with you guys. I'm on the air, but I can't let it go. So I just.
You got her.
I dropped everything, and I took my wallet out of my pants, and I went in there, waded in, about chest deep. Yeah.
That's the type of guy Bob Van Dillen is. I've known Bob for
patting him on the back
15 years. So don't be humble.
Damn, look at that car now. In the background, this car is just about toast. The flooding is very, very, very bad. I don't know why this person was driving out there. This is in Atlanta where we're looking here.
Or didn't attempt to get out of the car sooner. Maybe they didn't know what they were driving into.
I guess so. You see so many people who, after these storms, they go outside and they get in their car and they try to drive around like everything's normal. Like you can ford the river with your car and then you get stuck. And then sometimes that can be deadly. It could be a deadly mistake when the water starts to engulf your car. So good on that dude. But maybe there was another one out there where
I cannot find it. So the guy was, I saw it on TikTok. I'll see if I can find it for later on.
Okay.
But he's selfie style talking to everyone back at HQ. Mm-hmm. And he's like, just now, this car is in a sinkhole on the bridge and things are starting to really pile up as far as the rain. And there's a woman in the car and he's just like this, selfie style the whole time. He's like, hey, if you need to get off the phone to help her out. And he's like, are you okay? And still staring back at the camera while this car is continuing to sink. Like,
oh, God.
And the comments are just like, put the phone down, man. Like, it gave me so much anxiety watching it. Well, completely different than what this guy did that we just played on the stream.
It's like, which is more important to you? The content that you're creating or the idea that there's a real life scenario playing out in front of you where there's a woman who is drowning? Is the content more important? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Lisa. And for this Fox dude, it seems like he did a good thing there.
I think drowning?
Drowning. I meant to say drowning. I'm sorry. It's Friday, man. Saturday, Sunday.
Perfect.
It's the weekend is what it is. It's the weekend.
You sure about that?
So you're listening to Weekend Edition here on the show. Get real specific with you. Anyways, Bob Van Dillen, good on you. We're going to go over to you and your dispatches momentarily. But I tried to ignore this for a little while because I said this is a dumb thing that like 4 people are doing. But it's getting traction, and now it's reached the phase where the elders are telling us it's dangerous and you shouldn't do it. So we need to bring it up on the show.
Cool.
In one word, have you heard of fridge-scaping? Is that something you're familiar with?
I have not.
Fridge-scaping, is that something you're familiar with, C-Lane? Sabrina says no.
I have not heard of it. as a term. Should we guess what it is?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, I think it's easy
Pretty
enough.
obvious, yeah. You're making your fridge look pretty.
Yeah, you're making your fridge
like
look
putting
pretty.
plants in the fridge?
You're fridge-scaping. And it doesn't have to be with plants and stuff. It's with little things like tiny picture frames and all sorts of other little mirrors and decorations that people are putting in their refrigerators. And then they go on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or one of the dumb websites, and they tell people,
Facebook,
look,
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
I took my fridge and I made it pretty. I fridge-scaped. And that went on for a while, and I thought this was really, really dumb because you don't need to decorate the inside of your refrigerator. But now they're saying, no, don't do that. The experts have arrived to suck up all the fun. They said, while keeping a fridge clean and organized makes sense, fridge-scaping, including placing things that are not normally found in a refrigerator, such as picture frames, lights, and mirrors, could promote bacteria growth within the food stored there. You are going to get sick, friends.
You know, people have put plants in their showers, too. That seems to be a thing. Showerscaping.
That's bad, too?
I never saw that it was bad. I don't think I would do it myself. It looks cool, but I don't know what the point is.
And let me show you an example of this, just so you guys know what I'm talking about here. Here's somebody's fridge that is fridge-scaped.
Okay.
You got, like, there's a picture in there.
That's stupid.
There's bows. There's a little swan. And there's a statue up here, a couple of statues. It's just, everything seems to be in bold.
Is this real?
Yeah, this is one real one.
There's no room for, like, food.
Google image fridge-scaping, and you'll see all these popping up. I agree that, like, the idea you're putting lights and stuff in there is really dopey. I don't get that. See, this one, they got lights that look like Christmas lights.
Ridiculous.
Of course it is. Yeah, it's very, very dumb.
Also, this looks like it's all the same fridge. It's just somebody's doing different things.
Maybe. I don't know. This one that I'm seeing, yeah, I guess those two kind of look, though. Those are different. Those are different refrigerators for sure. Food and Wine has a story about it, and a bunch of other places that have done this. Don't do it. It's stupid. It's a bad idea. The experts usually are just trying to take the fun away. But you don't need to decorate inside your refrigerator. Just do the normal thing and take all the labels and put them facing out. All the labels facing out. Organize things as best you can, and you'll be fine.
Is that a you thing or a Courtney thing?
That's a me thing and a Courtney thing. And
was it a you thing before?
Not as much. I was more of a vile slob, and I didn't do it. And then I get really mad. Because when you start doing this on I don't want to say professional level, but semi-professional level, when you start facing all of the things in your refrigerator, lest you have a breakdown, you realize that when they take the soda can or the White Claw can or any other can, when they put the label on it, they don't line it up with the mouth part. They don't line that up.
No, they hardly do that.
They're all spun around different directions. So you line up all the labels and they're perfectly facing out, and all the little pourer mouth things on them are all different directions. You can never win.
Which means that unless they specifically make a case where they do pay attention to the alignment,
it's going to cost so much more.
For any of the commercials, you have to just have cases upon cases there to make sure you get one, and somebody has to go through all of them and find the ones that line up.
Oh, what a nightmare. Okay, we want to hear from you like this. Here is Lisa G talking about the impact of Hurricane Helene.
Sean, Sabrina, C. Lane, happy Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I am in just south of Charlotte, North Carolina. We had probably more of a storm than a lot of Orlando did. We actually had rain yesterday morning from about 5 a.m. until just about recently. Winds are still kicking. A lot of areas are without power. A lot of brush and tree damage. But somehow I still have power and some sketchy internet. So thanks for still putting on a show and allowing me to have something to listen to while I work remotely, since I still have power. Not super fun. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Your dispatch is next. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. We have, believe it or not, an update on that lady from Disneyland who tried to sneak in with her kids.
Oh, boy.
And a big fight happened afterwards. Big fight. She says, I didn't do anything wrong. They're lying about me. There's lies everywhere. And Disneyland says, this bitch is crazy, and here's why.
This bitch is crazy.
The details are coming out right from the mouth of the mouse, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Are you registered to vote in the November 5th general election? Not to be a nag. Or go to realradio.fm/vote 2024 for resources and make your voice heard.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for an accident on Celebration Boulevard near Waterside Drive. The ramp from the Greenway northbound to State Road 408, that is partially blocked due to an accident, and it's important to drive slowly and prioritize safety this afternoon. Some areas might still be without power, so traffic lights could be out, and you could expect debris and road damage on some of your local roadways. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back. Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with cash back match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will. When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast. That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
For 36 years, I've dedicated my life to law enforcement. With time, I've gained invaluable experience. With that experience, a strong desire to evolve. I've worked to transform our Sheriff's Department, ensuring we have the latest technology to protect our community and maintain our commitment to our youth. Being a proven leader means embracing change, because with growth and innovation, we can achieve remarkable results and build a safer community for everyone. Paid by Mike Chitwood, independent for sheriff.
Hey, it's Russ Rollins for Zero Res. Get your carpets and tile clean without sticky, soapy chemical residue left behind. This month, get 3 rooms of carpet clean for just $147, and the 4th room is free. Visit OrlandoZeroRes.com. Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
In life, some days are good, and some could be better. The same is true for recovery. Both take work, both take adjustments. Finding your path is a key part of your journey, and then it's all about walking it every day. Embrace the good days, the not-so-good days, and the challenges, and acknowledge how you overcame them. Be open to every part of the journey and welcome it. It's unique, and it's all part of you. Find the path to recovery that works for you. Learn more at cdc.gov/stopoverdose.
Florida's law enforcement officers know how to keep us safe, but Tallahassee politicians think they know better. That's why they're lying about Amendment 3. The truth? Amendment 3 will protect Floridians from marijuana laced with deadly drugs like fentanyl and provide billions in funding for police. Here's Gadsden County Sheriff Morris Young on Amendment 3.
I'm Sheriff Morris Young. Illicit marijuana laced with illegal drugs like fentanyl have destroyed lives. I know, because I've seen it firsthand. Amendment 3 will save lives by making marijuana safe, regulated, and lab tested. Amendment 3 will protect our community from dangerous illegal drugs while allowing law enforcement to focus on serious crimes. Vote yes on Amendment 3, the smarter and safer choice for Florida.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite number 3, 321 Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
It's always a good time for donuts, so indulge in Shipley Donuts. Fresh-made donuts in delicious flavors from classic glaze to the Oreo cookie top treats, crafted with quality ingredients. Catering and online ordering is available. Visit Shipley Donuts, now open in Orlando on South Cimarron Boulevard.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman for the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind. When looking for an attorney, I would choose experience. Do they care? Will they pick up your phones? I'd avoid the guy who sounds like this when he picks up.
I'd do anything for you. I got plastic wrap, I got a shovel in my trunk, and I got a boat at the marina. Next to this mofo.
If you want to hire a law firm who's willing to work this hard just to do a commercial, contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-5333. Offices, Orlando.
This is where horror lives. Silence your screams if you want to survive the terrifying post-apocalyptic world of A Quiet Place. It's just one of the terrifying haunted houses you'll experience at Universal Orlando Halloween Horror Nights. Select nights August 30th to November 3rd. Not recommended for children under 13.
Log on to realradio.fm/contest for your chance to win tickets to Universal Orlando Halloween Horror Nights.
This year Full of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassy's Meat Market, the best place to buy a Big Green Egg.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded. Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Send us a dispatch and join the ranks of the great 5 percenters.
TheNewsJunkie.com. Also, keep your head up and keep looking out for the new design drop, which is happening real soon over at TheNewsJunkie.com. Tips at TheNewsJunkie.com. I feel like tech support junkie today because now these people are emailing in, and Greg says, iHeart is not skipping. I listened through the iHeart app on my Samsung S21 Plus Android version 14. Thank you for the details, Greg. No skipping, all caps, for me ever. I have noticed rarely I hear some of the next show on the end of the podcast, but no skipping. I'm not sure how that's happening, but all right. There you go, Greg. And Reefs a Lot says, it happens to all the station's podcasts, not just yours. Yes, we're aware of that. It's not that we're not aware of it. It's just trying to figure out why it's happening, when it's happening, how often it's happening. Those are the questions. And then workarounds. And like I said, the silver bullet workaround is always, if you listen to the show and you want to make sure you got a good quality version of it that's not going to skip around and stuff, go to thenewsjunkie.com in the featured section. You'll see the YouTube streams from those days, and that's the archive version of the show that's not going to skip for you. A woman at Disneyland, and getting arrested at Disneyland is such an aesthetic choice.
Yeah, not
it
happy,
truly is.
not magical.
It doesn't look magical. You're right, Sabrina. It doesn't look that way. You got the mom coming in. Her 2 little kids are there. What were they saying in Spanish, the little kids?
Ayúdame, ayúdame.
And it's like, help me.
Yeah.
Help me. Those little girls are saying as they're latching onto their mother, and their mothers go, why? Why would you kick me out of Disneyland?
Not only kick out, arrest.
Arrest me at Disneyland.
Perp walk.
And afterwards she goes, they're lying on me. They're lying on my name. This is a bunch of nonsense. Balderdash, they said. And Mickey Mouse is fighting back, saying, this bitch is crazy. They said a social media post showing a woman and her 2 distressed children being ejected from a Disneyland resort by a cadre of Anaheim police and park representatives went viral. Authorities say the woman is a habitual gate crasher at Disney. In the video, one of the woman's daughters whimpers and the other clasped tightly to her. She was wearing a Mickey ears headband, the mother was, while begging strangers to help her. People were worried about the hysterical kids, but the police said, we are familiar with her. She was attempting to evade paying for admission for her daughters to the park. That was the 4th time in the last 2 months that she tried to attempt to enter the Disney park without buying tickets.
Come on, lady.
She's like, well, I've been bringing my 2-year-olds here for 6 years, and it's just been great.
We never have to
pay.
They
love Disneyland.
So they said, pay up, lady. This is how it works here.
Well, now what happens I'm sure she's banned, right?
Probably. Yeah, you would guess after that many times.
How do you become a habitual gate crasher and not get banned?
I don't know. I would think you'd probably get in some trouble for this. And the thing that is interesting to me is you have to fall in line like everybody else, lady. You have to go and get fleeced, and they shake you down for all of your cash. And then when you walk into the Disney park, but you get fleeced each time you want to purchase one more thing. That's just how it goes, okay? If you want to have fun at a theme park, it will be $1 bajillion, please. Hand over the funds now.
Like everyone else.
God almighty, is it expensive, though, now? I see so many of these families. I look at these families, and I weep for them.
When you're there once a week?
I haven't been there in a while. It's been over a week or 2 weeks now, I think. But I do love going to theme parks. I love them. I love going on rides. I love just the disconnected world of the theme parks where it seems like I don't have to think about work there. I love that. I'm big on that. But if I was a man with a family of 6, it would be my worst nightmare.
Oh, we're going to
so
that rusty one in town.
Yeah,
for sure.
We're going to the one that's more like a fair than a theme park.
We're going to go to Toys R Us and look at the toys.
You know what is poisonous about this? The most poisonous thing is, you know as well as I do, when you were a little kid, the mere mention of going to the theme parks, and this may have been different for C-Lane than it would have been for us, Sabrina.
He went on field trips to the theme parks.
C-Lane went all the time because he grew up near the theme parks.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up in West Palm Beach, and when I was growing up, if we were going to go, I would be so excited that I wouldn't sleep the night before. I just couldn't. I was just too excited about all this. And you'd be like, are we really going to Disney? We're really going? Oh, my God, we're going. And I never thought about it, obviously, from the perspective of a parent who goes, it's about to be painful. This is not going to be an easy time here. Let me get this credit card ready to go because we are running up a bill now. So this mother,
it was different for me. That time that I told you guys I was like an extra in the Disney Christmas parade, that was an excused absence from school.
Look at this. Your life. It was a magical life.
Maybe
it just
in our
truly
next
was.
life we'll do that.
It still is. This guy. He didn't even get any damage from the hurricane. Everything's just good. Everything's coming up C-Lane right now.
He's a nice guy. He deserves it.
Does
Not
he, though?
Sarcastic. Yeah,
Does he deserve it?
I think
don't know.
C-Lane in times of panic with both of us or anger, his good attitude is something that I will envy. You know, I appreciate it.
All right, if you had to grade him on how nice he is out of 10, where would you land?
On or off the air?
Off the air. Fully off the air.
9.5.
9.5. Wow.
I think he's a very nice guy. I really do.
Is he though? Really?
I stand by my statement for now.
I know that he gives out the appearances of being this nice, jovial man, and people like him on the show. But behind closed doors,
he's a friendly giant, man. Come on.
I think his jaw is just chewing people up. I think he's going, oh God, this
social media. It's bad. I mean, he's constantly trolling people.
He gets
Sometimes.
angry.
How many guys have you swatted this year?
I've never swatted anybody.
Not that we know of.
I don't even know how to swat.
Yeah, you do. You both of you know how to do that probably better than anybody else. You guys can find people. You can
I've
research
never swatted
them.
anybody, but if there is one person I do it to, it's definitely going to be you.
Wow, you would swat me?
Yeah, it'd be great content for the show. Come on.
C-Lane's a 9.5 on the nice scale. What am I?
On or off the air?
Off the air.
4.
Wow.
On the air? 3.
I was gonna say Sean's just as big of a dick off the air as he is on the air, or other way around.
Dick. How am I a dick?
We don't have time for that.
No, we have plenty of time. But how am I? What do I do that lands me a 3?
Answer.
What is it that I do that lands me a 3?
This. What you're doing right now.
What's wrong with this? I'm just trying to figure out why I'm getting a bad score and C-Lane's getting a high score. I want people to like me, even though I fight my whole life against all of these fake memes about me and people are making fun of me. I make fun of myself and then everybody thinks they can do it too. And, oh, God, I got mad over the weekend. I got mad, and I'm going to tell you guys something, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Every once in a while, I'll go on social media, and I'll see people memeing. They're making fun of me, something from the show. Let's say it's Small Hands. What was the most recent thing? I forgot what the most recent thing was. Hamburglar. Somebody memeing me on the Hamburglar shirt after the show, and I got mad. I got upset that this person was making fun of me. Every once in a while, when you guys do this and I see it, it upsets me. But it only upsets me when you're not funny at all. When whatever joke you're making that's trying to take a shot at me is not, if it's funny, I will literally laugh. But when it's not funny, it makes me mad at you.
Yeah.
It makes me angry and I want to attack you like a wolf. I want to come after you and I want to come after your family.
Wow.
But that's just the truth. The truth is that you got to raise the barrier. If you're going to try to meme on me, you better be better at memeing. Some of you are like peepaw memeing, and it's not funny. It's not good, and I don't like it. Okay.
So 5.
Now I'm up to a 5. I yelled and I got up to a 5. I don't even know how this makes sense. If I keep yelling, do I go to a 9.5?
I want you to stop yelling.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's go over to you and your dispatches. Let's see what's happening with you on the show today. Mullet Man is joining us. Let's see what Mullet Man says.
What's going on, News Junkies?
Hey.
This is Mullet Man here.
Hi.
Long-time listener, but yeah, I've never seen what you look like, and I can actually tell exactly what you each look like, though, just from your voices.
Okay.
So C-Lane, he's the one with the nose and the eyes. Sabrina, she's got the hair. And then Sean, well, he's the one with that secret mole we all know about.
Oh, secret mole? I probably do have one. I don't know.
If it's a secret mole, how do we all know about it?
Well, you guys don't know. I think he's saying there's one maybe below the belt somewhere.
Oh.
And like I got a mole on my ass or something.
Ass mole.
I'll be honest
He's
with you.
He's an asshole with an ass mole.
Nice.
Is that my biography? Jesus Christ.
Also, you should get that
Switch up the Twitter thing, delete that part about, I hope you like me, I curse a lot, drink too much. Asshole with an ass mole.
That's so rude. How is he a 9.5 when he's saying these things about me right now? This is not a 9.5 behavior.
Quick.
That's not 9.5 material right there. One more.
You're right.
We're
It's
going to go. Here is Love Lola. Right here. Hello?
We made it through the storm. Yay. Now talk about Project 2025, please.
Oh, Love Lola dispatches every day now about Project 2025 stuff.
In the sense of you want us to read the whole thing, or we're calling it out?
She's really obsessed with it. And
pro or anti?
Anti, very, very anti. And she sends a link to the ACLU's page where they explain Project 2025. I really don't care about that, Love Lola. I don't know that you should either. It's not the plan that Trump came up with. It's a group called the Heritage Foundation. Trump has said he is not going to read it. I'm not going to read it. I know that. It's 700 pages long or something. And people go in and cherry pick what they think is the most radical stuff. It's just an activist group doing activist stuff and trying to say, we hope the president does this. You got to enjoy your life. You got to move around out there, wiggle around in the wind, and just have a little fun. I want you to have a better time with the limited time that we have here on planet Earth. Project 2025 is not worth you wasting your time freaking out. Now, if you want to say one president or the other president and what kind of impact that might make on your life, fine. You get angry about that and go vote and all that stuff. Eric on YouTube says, Sean is about 4 feet tall. He's bald and looks like the commish.
Okay.
Is that what you picture?
And we're back to that. Project 2025.
You know what? Now I definitely don't want people to draw what they think we look like because I'm not going to like the outcome. It's going to be a tiny little man with a microphone and, it's next to people who are much cooler looking than him. I don't like this.
Like Fancy Lane?
Those would be the people. Yeah, those would be the other people. Let us know what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. If you want to draw us, you can send it as a photo dispatch. So draw the show.
Good luck.
Send it in as a photo dispatch over on thenewsjunkie.com. On the homepage, you'll see photo. Boom, click it and upload yours right now. When we return, I want to talk about the new Joker movie at some point here, but more on Eric Adams is on the way. That's the mayor of New York. This dude was in it deep. We got the actual layout of what they said the mayor of New York did. And some of this stuff is really brazen and funny, actually. We'll get to what went down. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
He is always on TikTok.
It is. Listen, I have shunned most of all of my other social. I am a TikTok guy.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Watch out for an accident on Ponciana Boulevard at Doral Point Drive. The ramp from the Greenway northbound to State Road 408, that is partially blocked due to an accident, and traffic is starting to slow down on I-4 approaching State Road 429. Be cautious and stay alert for debris and road damage, and keep in mind some areas might still be without power, so traffic lights could be out. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The countdown is on, and there won't be another presidential debate before the election, but there will be a vice presidential debate. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz for the Democrats.
Kamala Harris is going to stand up and fight for your freedom.
And Ohio Senator J.D. Vance for the Republicans.
We're going to close down that border.
Two vice presidential hopefuls go one-on-one for the first and only time. Tuesday night at 9 Eastern. Listen on iHeart's 24/7 News channel. Just open the free app and search Debate.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com. ThatmortgageguyDon.com. I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. Then I found the Smart Money Insurance app. I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. You can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Money Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Money Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Every task has its tool, and so does your budget. Amscot has cash advances from $50 to $1,000 and no credit check. Flexible repayment options are available too. Amscot. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Heads up, Orlando. Holiday wonders in the air. Dr. Phillips Center presents Cirque Mechanics Winter Wonder Shop, December 12th through 29th. A high-flying, must-see holiday Cirque spectacular. With incredible aerial stunts and mind-blowing machinery, it's all happening under the big top on Center Arts Plaza. Cirque Mechanics Winter Wonder Shop, supported by Chick-fil-A. December 12th through 29th. Get tickets now at drphillipscenter.org. Purchase early and save. Holidays at Dr. Phillips Center, supported by First Horizon Bank.
Ever wonder what a drink tastes like on Mars? Find out at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. On the evening of October 4th, they're hosting the 4th annual Mars Teeny Shake-Off. Local bars and restaurants compete to make out-of-this-world drinks, and you get to help judge the winner. Enjoy special menus, mingle with astronauts, and explore exhibits that showcase the future of space travel. Visit KennedySpaceCenter.com for more details about this special ticketed event. Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Discover something real.
Every morning brings new opportunities. That's why I love McDonald's new limited time breakfast deal. For just $5, I can mix and match 2 of my favorite breakfast sandwiches to make all new flavor combinations. Today, I'm starting my morning with a sausage McMuffin with egg and an Egg McMuffin for just $5. Tomorrow, I may mix it up with 2 Egg McMuffins. So, it's a new day, but the same great 2 for $5 deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup-ditioners. Air Cup-ditioners come in all my favorites, like classic Coke, Southern Style Sweet Tea, frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, and, of course, iced coffee. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day. Air drinks. And there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
I'm Carrie Champion, and this is Season 4 of Naked Sports. Up first, I explore the making of a rivalry. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese.
Every great player needs a foil.
People are talking about women's basketball just because of one single game. I just come here to play basketball every single day.
Clark and Reese have changed the way we consume women's sports. Listen to The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, and start listening.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This
Go check out that Skippin' Ass podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. It is just a couple of clicks away, and we hope you'll get all caught up this weekend. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Coy emails the show. We're going to get into Eric Adams in the rundown of what he's alleged to have done, which is kind of insane, and you got to hear this. But Coy says to tips at thenewsjunkie.com, hey, podcast listener and YouTube listener here. Doubling up, my man. I have a software developer background and have experienced the skipping while listening to the podcast. Not saying this could be the case for others, but I've noticed that the skipping occurs only in Spotify and while my audio is trying to do two things at the same time. For example, if I'm listening to a podcast on my headset while in the office and an application tries to play some audio on my laptop or phone, or my headset is connected to both, the audio begins to skip. I have to stop playing the podcast, close Spotify, reopen, and play where I left off from. Well, that's handy news, actually. When I play the same podcast from Spotify on my Tesla, I don't experience an issue. So he says probably not something you could fix and more of a Spotify thing. Coy will look deeper into it. Thank you certainly for that. Kevin emails the show. He says, my parents spend their summers in upstate New York and Rochester. They left to come home 2 days ago, but decided to divert their normal path over to Savannah, where my uncle and aunt live, in order to avoid the storm. Today I checked in with them, and apparently Savannah got hit pretty bad with tornadoes. Limbs and trees down everywhere. Apparently, my parents' car was missed, but only by a few feet. Now they're trapped at my aunt and uncle's until the driveway can get cleared. I never thought they'd get a worse storm impact than we did here in Florida. P.S. Longtime listener, first time contacting the show. Thank you, Kevin. We appreciate you, buddy, and we appreciate everybody else. If you want to email the show, it's tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Eric Adams is the mayor of New York, and he's in a whole bunch of trouble. He was arraigned. And he did the whole thing where he turned himself in. He's doing the, it's because I'm trying to face down power. I'm trying to stand up to the powerful.
Yeah.
If they want to come after me.
America.
And, I go, okay, all right, yeah. So they're trying to get him because he's trying to get them. All right, I can make sense of this. And now I have a rundown. It says Eric Adams is accused of the following. So this is the mayor of New York. I cannot bring myself to believe that a politician would be corrupt. I don't know how this would happen. There are corrupt politicians out there? What are you telling me right now? Eric Adams is accused of, 1, accepting illegal travel benefits from 2015 to 2021. Multiple instances of free or heavily discounted business class flights on Turkish Airlines. A lot of this has to do with Turkey.
Lock him up.
A lot of this has to do with Turkey.
You're done.
And not the Not the meals, not the food, but the country. Free or discounted luxury hotel stays in Turkey and other countries. Free meals, transportation, and entertainment.
It does have to do with the meals.
Yeah, it does, but I don't know if they're eating that. Number 2, soliciting and accepting illegal campaign contributions from 2018 to 2023. Accepting straw donations from Turkish business people and their employees. You're not allowed to accept overseas donations like that. Soliciting and accepting contributions for foreign nationals. Orchestrating schemes to funnel money through other organizations. And it might shock you to hear, there's been a bunch of rich Turkish businessmen who have received approval to build buildings in Manhattan, of all places. No, this can't be right. A corrupt politician, it can't be right. 3, wire fraud related to public matching funds. Falsely certifying compliance with campaign finance laws, submitting fraudulent claims for matching funds based on illegal contributions, and obtaining over $10 million in public funds through these false claims. That sounds kind of bad. Bribery, 2021-2022. Pressuring the FDNY to allow occupancy of the Turkish house without fire inspection. Accepting luxury travel benefits in exchange for this official action. So he gets a little trip to Turkey. He gets a flight for free. I saw one of the chat messages with somebody from Eric Adams' campaign and the Turkish airline people, and they say, okay, we'll give him a discount on the flight because it's very expensive. We'll make the flight cost $50. And his campaign person goes, no, we can't do that. And they go, what? And they're watching us like a hawk right now. It can't look wrong. You have to make it a number that makes sense. And they go, you want me to do 100? No. It has to make sense for a flight. 1,000? Okay, fine, 1,000. That's how they end up at how much his flight cost that particular time. Specific instances including directing staff to accept illegal foreign contributions to a Turkish businessman. I don't even know a Turkish businessman. I can't even possibly be corrupt like this. 2019, soliciting illegal contributions during a trip to Turkey. It's all about Turkey. And this Turkish house, which is in New York, bribes, straw donations, on and on it goes. I'm just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Said during a voluntary interview with the FBI surrounding this very criminal conduct in question, an Eric Adams staffer excused herself to the bathroom and while in the stall wiped her phone of all the messages implicating her and Adams in the crimes alleged.
That's not how phones work.
No, they found this information and use it in the case against him. So looks a little rough ahead in terms of the ride for Eric Adams. We'll see what happens. We'll see what you think. Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com right now. Your local lawn guy. This says reason 547 why Sean is a dick. How are we that high in the numbers? 547? See what he says.
Hey, your local lawn guy here. Happy Friday, Saturday, Sunday, guys.
You too.
Just wanted to chime in with reason 547 on why Sean's a dick. Dude, you literally made a song that said the world would be better if C-Lane just died.
Yeah.
That's kind of a dick move. On paper?
Wiggle, pop, pop.
All right. In my defense, I just want to say that the only reason why that song said C-Lane died was because it rhymed. It rhymed. Yeah. In the moment, it rhymed, so we had to.
In the moment.
Was that Blame It on C-Lane? No, it wasn't Blame It on C-Lane. That song doesn't want you to die.
That is, his name is C-Lane, and his career's going down the drain.
You still remember.
Yeah, all the lyrics.
Worst phone screener in history. How he ever gets laid is a mystery.
Does this one have anything mean about you?
Blame it on C-Lane. He's lame.
Yeah.
Forgot about the lame part. I thought that would vindicate
Also,
me.
you played that last week, and it got stuck in my head for days, and it finally left.
We should get back in touch with that guy.
What? You're wandering around.
That got him drunk. Yes, because I don't know the words to Blame It on the Rain. The only words I know is Blame It on C-Lane, so I had to listen or walk around singing a song about myself. It was the worst.
How do you wash that out when that happens to you? When you get an earworm, is there any strategy to get rid of said earworm?
Song?
You got to hear the whole thing?
Because usually earworms, for me at least, it's just the same two lines over and over again.
Mm-hmm, same, yeah.
Over and over and over. So
I always blamed
it the whole song.
I always blamed it on a lack of completion. Like if I was going somewhere and I had the radio on and it was like a decent song, or maybe even not, but like I didn't hear the end of the song, it just stopped abruptly because I got to my destination. That usually did it for me.
Yeah, for me, I have to get another one in there. I got to replace the earworm with another earworm, which is it's not great. That's why I just leave it alone. C-Lane knows as well as anybody. I had Mongo Jerry stuck in my head for 1 year.
Yeah.
1 full year. Summertime. I had that song stuck in the depths of my head.
You would whistle it all the time, just randomly start whistling Mungo Jerry. And I'm like, all right. I mean, it's a good song. But then for a while, then you shifted and you would randomly start whistling the Star Spangled Banner, but not start at the first line. So you would,
That's serial killer stuff.
I would be sitting in this was when we were working from Sean's house, and I'd be sitting in the studio, and Sabrina's outside, and so just the two of us, but it's quiet. And Sean would go,
I only do that during the show. I don't know.
Who does that?
I only do that during the show. When I pick up habits and I start doing them too much, I will mentally zap myself with a lot of them until I stop. When I was young, I used to like I'd hum while I was eating my food. My sister hated that so much. I'd have a mouthful of cereal, and she
that
goes,
does sound
"Shut up!"
obnoxious.
Yeah. I'm just munching my food. She hated it.
How old were you?
18.
12, maybe 11, 12 years old. I was a little kid, 10 maybe. And I did that. Then I would have a resting thing where I left my mouth open. Like, just that, They hit me with the, what are you catching flies? I changed it. Now I barely ever have my mouth open.
So what are we going to work on next?
I don't know. What do you think I need to work on?
Your attitude?
What is it about my attitude that's bad?
It's just the overall bad attitude.
Do I get to go next? We don't have time
for that.
Just to see. I get to go next.
I mean, you're naming all the things that you've been able to fix. So
yeah. I try all the time.
Working on next?
Look, I want to make myself better. I want to make myself a better person. So if there's something that I need to change, you tell me, and I'll work on it. I promise. Joconalicious on YouTube. I'm sure I screwed that up.
Have them white legs.
I thought Sean would look like a grown man version of Scott Malkinson from South Park. Man, I wasn't far off. Does this look like me? This little guy from South Park here? I don't know if that's
Scott who?
Scott Malkinson?
What character is that?
What episode of South Park are you on?
I'm not familiar with it. I'm just telling you
But
guys
now
what he
that's
said.
the older version of it. I mean, I could see that maybe in your early 20s.
Yeah, that doesn't look like me. I don't think I look like this guy.
We got South Park characters done of us.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Back in the day.
Did we? I thought we did. I know we did Simpsons.
We got Bob's
and we did
Burgers
Bob
and the
Burgers.
Simpsons.
No,
we never got South Park. Oh,
someone made it for us.
She's right. Yeah, somebody made a big poster board with all of us as South Park characters and a whole South Park news junkie world that they put a lot of time into. I don't know. It might be out there, might be not. Not sure.
What's up, dude?
These days. Let's work in another one here. And here's Copel talking about grocery stores.
Hey, junkies. Hey. I'm a day late on your guys' podcast because I listen to you guys at night while I work.
That's fine.
But to the guys' comment on the things not being locked up in Publixes, I've also never seen a Publix with a self-checkout, so I don't think they worried about people stealing as much because they have their employees checking everybody out. But yes, sir, Snob Watson. Let's keep all the Publixes bougie.
Yes, please.
Bye, guys.
I want a bougie grocery store.
No, there's 2 or 3 Publixes that I go to regularly that have self-checkout.
Yeah, the one that we go to absolutely does.
The bigger one or the smaller one?
The bigger one.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that one
just
has
for those you confused, I kid you not, there is a Publix that is next to me, a grocery store, and you can see another Publix from it.
Yeah.
You could look at another Publix from the Publix.
And that other
Very
Publix
strange.
is badass. The mini Publix?
Yeah, you could drink at that one, right?
Yep.
Isn't that the one where you can get a drink and
And I
walk
love
around?
that they did that so that they don't have a competitor move next door. They're like, fine, we'll just make more than one.
Yep, they don't want another grocery store opening up, so they just put another one of theirs.
Well, no, the company bought what was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like they bought all the locations. It was a Lucky's, and they instead of just, they were like, I guess this is ours now, so we'll just put it in another Publix.
Double Publix. All right, what's on your mind? What are you thinking about today? What do you want to hear us talking about, or what are your comments on what we are talking about? All of that accepted. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com right now. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Stone Cold Steve Austin will just kick your ass and deny your CTE diagnosis. Diddy updates. Diddy updates is what I meant to say. Yep.
Yeah.
The feds have the freak-off tapes, Costco's bulk baby oil response, and somehow Carl Winslow gets into the mix. Did he do that? Plus, Professor McGonagall has McGonagalled to the Hogwarts in the sky. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. And at 9, we all find out what the hell Angel is listening to tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. On this Friday, now that Helene is history, we pick up the tree limbs and we're back to work and school. We'll have a couple of widely scattered showers today, some of the wraparound moisture from what's now a tropical storm, and we could have wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Our high temperature close to 90 degrees. For tomorrow, the breeze subsides, but we will have some afternoon thunderstorms. Keep an eye to the sky for outdoor activities. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, Orlando.
Want a Big Green Egg? For the lowest price anywhere, go to Wassie's Meat Market. They'll deliver and set your Big Green Egg up so that you're cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your Big Green Egg today.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind. When people ask me what I do for a living, I don't even blink. I'm an accident attorney. For those who've never been in an accident, that carries a negative connotation. For those who have, they understand. They need an attorney to fight a billion-dollar insurance company, to make sure their bills are paid and that their future is protected. I'm very proud of what I do, and I take it very serious. If that works for you, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. That's 407-500-5333. Offices, Orlando.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Every child learns in their own way, and the ELC of Seminole is passionate about sparking meaningful connections. Their school readiness programs support income-eligible families by offering scholarships to programs that foster early learning and development. Get started today at sparkyoungminds.com.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes DeRay Davis. Thursday nights on the side stage, we host the best open mic in the Central Florida area. Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and full bar available with parking discounts offered to all guests who park in the Point Orlando garage. Get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will. When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Sweet chocolate reward. sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond, and this week in Florida on the horizon as well. Is this true? Somebody says Miami-Dade has 1.2 million people without power. Jacob says that. That sounds high for South Florida, but I guess they did get a little bit of a smash from the storm earlier on. See if you can find on the Miami Herald or something, C-Lane, a number.
I'm looking at poweroutage.us.
Perfect. That's even better. That'll get us right to it.
Miami-Dade has 1.2 million people tracked, 3,700 out of power.
Okay, I knew that sounded really high. That sounded more like a direct hit kind of number if you have over 1 million people without power.
It's a pretty bad flooding, but that's
they did.
Pretty much every time it rains now.
Yeah, they need to do some
How
big
many people
work.
did this person say was out of power?
It says Dade has 1.2 million without electric, but that's how
almost
many
half
people
the
have.
people.
Yeah, that's not right. I knew it was bad. I knew they had flooding. They always have flooding. They have to do major work to get past that at some point in time, and they probably won't. Just not in the near future, I wouldn't think.
Fam?
But all right, here we go. You ready to go, or we need to?
As ready as I'll ever be, Sean.
All right, here we
Ready-ish.
go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Summertime.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And, of course, the Emlens Radio Show. If you want to get your questions answered live this weekend, tune into that. Or if you just want to start the process, go to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. Any question you have direct access to the expert, the friend, the real radio family member yourself. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Real quick.
Yeah,
This
what
is somebody's generated version of us. They got it down to your necklace. They got your necklace on you.
Cool. Not blonde, but
I don't know why they did your hair blonde.
giant boobs again.
The boobs are enormous on this character.
Also, 3 arms.
Yeah, she does seem to have 3 arms. Yes.
That looks cool.
Or your arm is just really wrapped underneath those boobs somehow. C-Lane's got a
makes
big,
no sense now.
wide stance going on. Why am I so tiny? I told you. Why am I little in this thing?
I look
Just
like a
tiny
really
hands.
fat version of a friend of mine that I was in a band with in high school.
Oh.
And C-Lane has what are those hats called? What's that kind of hat called?
Canadian horseback cop.
Mountie hat? It's kind of like a Mountie hat,
hat.
a little bit. This is accurate, by the way. Sabrina's 6'4" or so.
Yeah.
Like right around
Well,
there,
I'm
6'4",
wearing heels.
6'5".
I sent you 3 more that some listener sent me, and you better not send any more because I get progressively fatter in each of them.
Oh, no. Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh. Hang on. We will get to the next episode 1 second
Any
from now.
second now.
I'm sorry. Apologies.
No
This is one right here.
This
the
one,
3 of us.
I'm hunky.
Yeah, you look great
What the hell
there.
is going on here?
I look like a
See, like,
superhero
you look
there.
hot.
He does, doesn't he? Look
but
at this
it
guy.
gets worse, right?
That-
I let myself go with the next couple.
All right.
And they gave him a guitar. Oh, all right.
And,
All right, and now getting a little fuzzy.
and Sean, you're 12?
I am not this person.
Sea Lion, Jesus, man.
Now my friends are reaching out and asking if I'm okay.
But still playing that guitar. Oh, I love that.
I'll put these up on See It Now over on thenewsjunkie.com. Back to you.
Ready to feel old and not animated, but this is just real life? It was on this day, 27 years ago, 1997, during the 103rd Convention of the Audio Engineering Society. Who's horny? In the New York City.
In the New York City.
It was the official debut of the DVD.
All right.
Sean, royalty free. AI.
Okay.
Zealand, did you listen to this at all?
Yeah.
It's great.
Back in the 90s, we needed change from VHS tapes, bulky and strange. Laserdisc tried but couldn't quite last. Then DVDs came. Oh, what a blast! DVDs spinning around so bright, bringing movies to life. Oh, what a sight! From text all new to classic hits in a shiny disc that always fits. DVDs, oh, DVDs.
Yeah. The AI does not do very well with hip hop. Because I
kind of love it.
I wanted that to be like old, like 80s rap. Like your DVDs in the DVD player. What you gonna do? Do it later.
But I do appreciate, considering I said 2 minutes before the commercial, hey, can you just do this? Apparently there's no DVD theme song. So
AI is quick.
Thank you for that, and thank you to DVDs. I still have a whole case of you.
When you were gone, I needed a Sean Diddy Combs song, and it gave me this Owl City sounding one.
Stupid. Speaking of Sean Diddy Combs, hit it. Too late. Hit it. Sean Diddy Combs. We have a lot of updates. Upditties.
All right. I'm ready.
So apparently, the freak off tapes are now in the feds' hands. At least according to a new report, a person who was hired to participate in one of them freak offs has reportedly turned over a videotape. That was before DVDs, I believe.
Wait, so the person that participated in it got
a copy
tape?
on the way out of the party, as well as a take-home lube or baby oil.
Wow.
And has reportedly turned over the videotape to the feds. It's the encounter during a meeting with prosecutors. The man, a sex worker, met with investigators in New York, a source with direct knowledge. And by that, I mean he was all up in that freak off.
Somebody there, right? Yeah.
He reportedly signed a proffer agreement. And for those who are unaware of that, hit it,
Let's
Sean.
see. Hang on. Proffer agreement? I'm not familiar with this, but I'll look it up.
Allowing him to share what he knows without the threat of prosecution. So I believe that's what a proffer agreement is.
It says a written contract between a federal prosecutor and a defendant where the defendant agrees to provide the prosecutor with information.
There you go. The man claimed he was hired to participate in a threesome with Puff Daddy, and an unnamed woman at one of the rapper's freak-offs. He also dished on what types of drugs Diddy allegedly liked to use during the sex sessions, as well as details about one specific encounter he claims was caught on tape. Diddy update continues. Costco is now making comments and rebuking Diddy's lawyer's claim, saying it actually doesn't sell baby oil at all.
Oh, boy.
So this was, I guess, part of the 14-page filing. A ton of eye-opening revelations that we've all heard about throughout the week. One was that his freak-offs included more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant that was found during the raid. Now, Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilio.
That sounds good.
We'll call him Mark. He spoke with TMZ during an interview. He implied that the number was an exaggeration while offering a possible explanation for the stash. He has a big house, said the lawyer. He buys in bulk. I think they have Costco's in every place where he has a home. So Costco obviously has bulk lubricant and baby oil.
Clearly.
And then Costco comes into play, explaining the excuse doesn't live up to much scrutiny when you consider that they don't carry that product in any of the stores in the U.S.
So they don't have lube, is what they're saying.
No lube. And finally, this one kind of threw me the most.
All right.
But Carl Winslow is here. That's the dad in Family Matters.
Yeah. Yes.
Reginald Vil Johnson. He wants everyone dragging him into the Diddy allegations to get a life because he did not do that. And TMZ has the clip, and so do I.
Hey, Mr. Bell Johnson, how you doing, sir?
Hey.
Hey, do you have any response to this bizarre story that's circulating about you and Diddy? Some guy named Loose Cannon told this story about you and...
It's all BS, he says.
man. I've met him before. I wish him well, though. What's your message to those who are talking about
I wish him well.
What's your message to them? Loose Cannon life.
Get a life, he says. Carl says, get a life. Also,
I wouldn't think Reginald Vell Johnson and Diddy would have been partying together, but weirder things have happened.
Who is this guy? Is he the dad?
Yeah, the cop.
Okay, yeah. So that seems like his age wouldn't match up enough to be in Diddy's circle.
He's played a cop in a lot of things.
Yes,
like
yes.
that guy
Even Law
has
and
been
Order SVU.
typecast as a cop.
Even small roles, he's a cop. And
Turner and Hooch, I think, right?
Sure.
She doesn't know Turner and Hooch.
No, I know it, but I didn't watch it, and I don't remember Carl Winslow.
Most people didn't watch it. It's no good.
Charlemagne, the God, our brethren here at iHeartRadio. He revealed Diddy got Wendy Williams fired from Hot 97 years ago for sharing a picture of Diddy and another dude. So a lot of stories are going around, but as far as Carl goes, he has nothing to do with it, and get a life. The opposite of getting a life is losing your life, and we must bid adieu to Maggie Smith. This one hurts.
Oh, yeah, I saw
for
this.
me, especially because I just started rewatching Harry Potter.
Fatality. It's crazy that she was not 90 because I feel like she's been 90 for years.
Yeah, she's been working professionally in the acting world for more than 70 years and has looked 70 the entire time.
She has, yeah.
But a lovely lady. Her sons Toby and Chris released a statement saying that she passed away in the hospital peacefully early this week or early on Friday morning, depending on when you're listening to it. They did not give a cause of death, so I guess we'll find out, but it might be because she was 89. The family thanked the staff of the Chelsea Westminster Hospital for their care. Of course, she got her start back in the early 1950s. Sean, you remember?
I do not. She was a dame, though, which is
You're a dame.
Is that the female equivalent of sir? A dame?
I believe so.
Like the female equivalent of knighting? Because I don't know if you can be a woman
dame,
and get knighted.
There's sir, then there's a lady. Is there not lady something?
Yeah. Lady, all right.
And then there's Duchess.
Duchess. There's all kinds of weird things in the royal family for sure. But yeah, she was a dame.
Wikipedia says it is the female noble title equivalent to Sir for Knights.
Points for Sean.
There you go.
I don't know if you have to make a certain amount of money to be considered a dame or a dude or a sir, but it doesn't matter when it comes to Corey Feldman. Either way, an ex is saying he's making 6 figures a month.
All right, that's not bad.
That's a lot for the opening act of a Limp Bizkit tour.
Yeah.
But they're saying he's currently paying her $2,000 a month, but believes he can afford more because he brings in 6 figures. Says he makes more than $280,000 in movie and TV residuals, touring, and appearances, and merch. Courtney says that their marriage ended when she said no to doing recreational drugs and the party lifestyle. So some Corey freak-offs were proposed. Corey and Courtney got married in 2016 and separated last year. So
where are you guys at on Corey Feldman? You like him or dislike him?
I would like to see him live, not in a stadium or amphitheater tour. I'd rather be close quarters so I can.
I must say,
stage.
I like when somebody is unapologetically themselves,
It's
even
me,
when
man.
everybody's telling you not to be that way, and people are like, "Stop with the music stuff," and he just wants to do it, so he keeps going. So I do appreciate that part of him.
Someone who I guess is unapologetically themselves, but this one's different, is this guy right here.
Pissed off. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That is correct,
Wow.
and that was quick, Mr.
That's right.
Wrestler fan.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
Steve Austin has stunned a whole bunch of people after he admitted in the new Mr. McMahon documentary that he doesn't believe CTE is an actual thing.
I want to see this documentary.
Despite the science. It seems interesting, but what was the latest news with Vince? He was like,
God.
doesn't he pay for this or something like that? Is he vested?
I don't know. I know the last thing I did on him was I looked up those
Damn.
text messages that he sent to the woman.
Oh,
that he
yeah.
They're filthy.
They was so filthy.
And he
So
wouldn't answer
filthy.
like the actual assistant stuff, like, hey, can I get you a coffee, or do you want me to fax this? But
Nothing.
as soon as he was like, all right, I'm going to have 4 dudes come over and you're doing that, then we get a response.
It was so dirty.
And finally, this is the most random of it all. Dirty indeed, but this has to do with actual dirt. They have put the numbers together, and they have the number one most popular artist when it comes to gardening playlists. And that is this band right here.
Metallica? Megadeth?
It kind of sounds like Plant, but take out the L.
Pantera.
Pantera is right. I guess second most popular act on gardening playlists. Hozier. Take me to church, guys. They are the number one. Metal is only the seventh most popular genre on gardening playlists. You have your Drake, you have the Beatles, Fleetwood Mac, and Pantera. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, it's going down, friends.
I'm yelling timber.
This Week in Florida is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Tampa Bay Bucks welcome the Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday. Coverage starts at noon on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Checking in with some of the major roadways this afternoon. Traffic is slowing down on I-4 approaching State Road 429, and there's congestion on I-4 between the Beach Line and State Road 535. No major problems on Florida's Turnpike or any other major highway. Just remember to stay far away from flooding, drowned power lines, and debris, and just drive if completely necessary. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Berman.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Every morning brings new opportunities. That's why I love McDonald's new limited time breakfast deal. For just $5, I can mix and match two of my favorite breakfast sandwiches to make all new flavor combinations. Today, I'm starting my morning with a sausage McMuffin with egg and an Egg McMuffin for just $5. Tomorrow, I may mix it up with two Egg McMuffins. So, it's a new day, but the same great 2 for $5 deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere.
Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cupditioners. Air Cupditioners come in all my favorites, like Classic Coke, Southern Style Sweet Tea, Frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, and, of course, iced coffee. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day.
Air drinks. And they're drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Orlando City's back on the road next weekend as the Lions travel to Texas, taking on FC Dallas on Saturday, September 28th at 8:30 p.m. Tune in on Real Radio 104.1 and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Don't forget to tune in an hour before the match at 7:30 to catch Kickoff Minus 60 airing exclusively on the Lion Nation app.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone background checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-239-1749. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-239-1749, 800-239-1749, or biglou.com.
Guys, are you tired of being tired? Frustrated because it seems impossible to lose belly fat? If you're looking for a solution, then listen to Mark.
I had fantastic results with the Andro 400 Max. Probably lost 35 pounds, and more impressive than that was the inches I lost off of my belly and my waist. And the increased energy is fantastic. I'll be totally honest. I tried a different product, and I wasn't happy with the different product. You guys are considerably cheaper than the other brand, and I can really feel the difference.
Andro 400 Max, the extra strength, all natural testosterone booster. The safe, easy, and affordable way to gain energy and lose stubborn belly fat. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Feel and look like a new man. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
Bonkers Comedy Club returns to the Wharf at Sunset Walk with Ross Padgett live. Saturday, October 5th at 9:30 p.m. Come by for a free special encore performance starring Ross Padgett with special guest Brad Schutz. Register now to reserve your space at wharfatsunsetwalk.com. Don't miss Ross Padgett's live performance at the Wharf at Sunset Walk next to Margaritaville Resort Orlando. Saturday, October 5th at 9:30 p.m. To reserve your free tickets today, visit wharfatsunsetwalk.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Downtown Orlando's Dr. Phillips Center presents the Second City 65th Anniversary Show. Join us September 27th through the 29th in the Alexis and Jim Pugh Theater for 3 evenings of comedy, featuring your favorite songs, sketches, and characters written for their stages over the years. See for yourself why the Second City continues to be one of the world's most influential names in comedy as an all-star ensemble brings their iconic material to life. Get tickets now at drphillipscenter.org. This program made possible through the generous support of Kathy and Bill Holmes.
Score used cars from $89.88. It's a win at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Forever hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening to the
moments. We'll get embarrassed for the Sunshine State here momentarily on the show. And remember, you can always catch up with the show over on thenewsjunkie.com. Yaga Yo on YouTube says, I'm an hour behind on the stream. C-Lane fits how he sounds, meaning C-Lane looks like he sounds. And Sean and Sabrina.
The only thing I fit into these days.
Sean and Sabrina were more unexpected when I first saw them. What were you expecting? Did you expect me to be more dapper and more attractive, or did you expect me to be less
You
attractive?
want the answer?
Yes,
I was
kinda
thinking.
do.
I was thinking less nerdy.
Less nerdy. I look less nerdy than I sound.
No, I was expecting somebody less nerdy.
Oh, okay.
You were very nasally at first. You know.
Yeah, that's true. There's something to that.
Man,
Not anymore.
I was on my 7-Eleven run this morning, and they had a sign on the door that they were hiring, but they're hiring somebody very specific. But when I first read it, I thought, man, they're really doing everybody that works here dirty, because it was like, now hiring cooler person.
all these losers.
There's a 7-Eleven full of lamos. We want somebody cooler in here. And I was like, oh, no. I get it.
Where do I sign up?
Abraham Dragonfriend is with you, Sabrina. Abraham Dragonfriend on Twitch says, we are also doing a Harry Potter rewatch. Movie 6 is next. Spicy take on that. I tried to rewatch the Harry Potter movies not that long ago. I thought there's a couple of them. I don't remember which ones. There's 2 or 3 of them that are boring. I was watching them and I was like, ugh.
I'm about to start 6 as well, and I think it was 4 or 5 that I was like kind of a letdown.
Yeah,
But-
there's one that's real slow.
But I believe, if I remember correctly, the rest of them's like 6 and forward are very exciting.
Yeah, there's the last one for sure was action, fast-paced fun. It was good, but there's a couple in there. I remember watching, going, "Oh my god!" All right,
We
Celine,
tried
you ready?
that. We tried that at my household a handful of years ago. Ashley made a deal that for every Harry Potter that I watched, she would watch a Star Wars, and we just.
Oh, really?
But
How'd that go?
It never really panned out. We never got through them all. And then as soon as I started watching it, and I was figuring out who people were, I was like, oh yeah. We got that rejoin that says Snape kills Dumbledore, so I guess I know what's happening to him.
You ready to do this, Celine?
Ready, Sean.
Well, let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
That's right. The weekend is here. We survived. And it's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State to see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. A little abrupt fade out on the new laptop there. For the,
How dare you? I'm just thinking about that. I'll make it more
So rude. You go
I'm gonna
back
make
down to 3. Not nice guy.
All right.
He's just going to stop it. It's this week.
Just cut off.
Florida.
But, and I promise these aren't going to be all hurricane stories, but I have at least 2. And I think that this has been happening more and more as they try to scare people into evacuating. There are some people that just won't evacuate. I don't see ThinkPad ever evacuating. That guy is not afraid of a storm at all. But there are some people that they think if we go to extremes, then this is going to get the point across, basically telling them you are going to die. And it happened again. The Taylor County Sheriff's Office said they don't expect any residents to survive the Category 4 hurricane.
Okay.
A
That's
Florida
kinda
Sheriff's
dark.
Office delivered a chilling final message to residents in Taylor County as Hurricane Helene approached the area. The Facebook post read, "If you or someone you know chose not to evacuate, please write your name, birthday, and important information on your arm, leg, or leg in permanent markers so you can be identified and your family notified."
Yikes.
Dark. Which I think actually somebody asked the governor about that in one of the press conferences, and he was kind of like, I don't know about that.
He basically said everybody's going to die.
Yeah. The area which was expected to be hit hardest by the Category 4 storm asked residents to write the personal information in permanent ink on their bodies. Hurricane and flash flood warnings extended far beyond the coast up into northern Georgia and western North Carolina at the time. And then Tampa had this weird thing, and I don't know if this is useful, or I would love to hear from somebody in Tampa who did or did not experience this. But they had a hurricane reentry program, which was a $5 tag that you hang on your rearview mirror, much like a disabled tag. And it was supposed to get you back into Tampa faster, like easier.
How?
I don't know. Let's dive in.
All right.
Mandatory evacuation order was put in place for Hillsborough County residents in Zone A and all mobile or manufactured homes at some point Wednesday. Tampa officials understood how stressful evacuation before a storm can be, along with returning home after a storm has passed. That's part of the reason why the city's Office of Emergency Management offers a $5 hang tag to make reentry into the area much smoother. It's still not telling me how it's smoother.
Just trust us. It's going to be faster. It's going to be smoother for you.
Get that tag.
Residents in the included areas, which is a list of zip codes, could fill out a form to get the hang tag for their cars, which allows for convenient verification that people trying to enter evacuated areas either live there or have a business there. So they're just trying to keep out the people that are, driving there for no reason? Do
Just
people do that?
sightseeing?
I mean, yeah, I've gone, post-hurricane sightseeing before, but...
Does that mean that there's someone there posted up checking these tags, and if you don't have it, that's going to slow things down?
That seems like that would be the thing that slows things down.
Right.
During catastrophic hurricane events, says the Tampa Office of Emergency Management, public safety officials will screen vehicles attempting to re-enter the impacted area. And in an effort to avoid long lines, the vehicle reentry hang tag will allow public safety officials to quickly identify you and keep criminals out. They don't want looters.
I see. So
Makes
there will
more
be
sense.
say there's a neighborhood that was kind of impacted by the hurricane. There's two lines. If you have one of the hang tags, you're already screened, so you go right in. If you don't, you have to prove that you live in that area so you don't loot.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Or you could just loot your neighbors, though, right?
There you
That's
go.
what I
Good
do.
advice,
Yeah.
Elaine.
That's what I do. Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Now that we've gotten that taken care of,
Neighbors love the show. Thank you so
this next story is going to disappoint you. I'm sorry.
All of us?
It's just going to disappoint. It doesn't have the thing that we all want to know.
All right.
And you're going to know immediately what that is.
I know what it is already. I guarantee you. It's going to be something like a guy did something bad while listening to a song, and then they're not going to tell us what song it is. Or there's going to be an interesting piece of the story that they never deliver for us. That's what's going to happen.
A Florida man was shot and killed at a restaurant in Fort Lauderdale after an argument over a jukebox song.
I told
Sean, you nailed it. The dispute began around 1:30 a.m. at Antojitos Mexicanos restaurants when one man started commenting on another person's music selection. I heard there was two guys and they got into an argument because one of them played a song on the jukebox and the other guy kind of was pissed off. That's according to Mauro Bonilla, who was told what had happened by two friends. They said that to Fox affiliate WSVM. The guy that got insulted pulled his weapon and started shooting the other guy. According to the friends, things began escalating very quickly after that. After that was the gun coming out and the shooting. That's the escalation.
Yeah, but the guy got a bazooka out and it started to fly.
That would make it a little more escalated.
There's a lot of stories on this. Have you looked at a bunch of them to try to find what song it was?
No, I only looked at this one. So if you want to do the deep dive, you can be the real hero for this week in Florida.
Best. I'm bringing them all up.
It was reported by Bonilla that the man who insulted the song allegedly drew his weapon first, but it was the man who had picked the song who shot first. Kind of like a Han Greedo situation there.
Sean, what's that from?
That's a Star Trek thing or something.
Okay. There we go.
Mm-hmm. It's like space, one of the space shows.
Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. One of them played a song on the Rockola, the machine, and the other guy was pissed off and said, "You're not a real Mexican if you play that expletive music, you know." And then somebody got shot and killed. So,
ouch.
Good luck finding the song.
Get the DJs back in the clubs, please. Thank you.
A man almost died while getting a lap dance from his housekeeper.
Say no more. I think I have all the details I need.
The incident happened in the Tampa St. Pete area, and a woman by the name, her TikTok name is Sincerest Sammy. I would be pulling up her video, but she curses during it. She took to her TikTok to recap one of her most traumatic experiences. She is a topless maid. She makes up to $300 an hour cleaning homes.
Damn.
And one of her favorite clients almost died on her. She said that after cleaning his home, she was paid extra to give him a lap dance. And then at some point, he started acting weird and began to grab his chest. And that's where in the TikTok video, she goes, "Oh my gosh, he's having a effing heart attacks," and that's why we can't play it. Over to Marion County. This is a sad story.
Really?
Huh?
Well, I'm waiting for the sad details.
Oh. A Marion County Sheriff's deputy was arrested under suspicion of manslaughter after he was teaching his girlfriend how to clean guns.
There we go. I mean, it's always the same story.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not?
And he shot her, and she died.
Do we just go with that? I'm not saying that is not the story, but it's just always the same story. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of investigation afterwards.
Well, I mean,
it's a great excuse.
It would be an attempt, I guess, if that were the case.
Also very sad.
The song was the Macarena, by the way.
Oh. No, it wasn't.
No, I had to make up something, though. I just read 7 stories. There was no mention of what song it was. It was really depressing.
He said his girlfriend inquired about how to clean a firearm, and he began teaching and showing her how to disassemble and clean an AR-style rifle and a 9mm handgun. He admitted the two were pointing the guns at each other, which he knew was wrong.
But still doing it nonetheless.
Yeah, he said he allowed his girlfriend to dry fire the 9mm handgun. He grabbed the rifle and dry fired it one time. On the second dry fire attempt, he forgot that he placed a loaded magazine into the rifle and shot one live round in the direction of the girlfriend, ultimately ending in her death.
Smells
God almighty.
Fishy.
He told the officers at the scene, "I know this looks really bad."
Yeah, it does.
I told her I did not want this to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would make me
definitely
feel better if I was just shot. I didn't want this to happen, but I'm still shot.
I'll tell you this, if you accidentally shoot me, C-Lane, in my last moments when I realize that I'm dying, I'm going to say the most messed up stuff to you so you never forget it. I'm not going to be like, it's okay. I'm going to say some messed up things.
Okay. Well,
all right.
I'll look forward to that when I accidentally shoot you.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near you.
Didn't want this to happen.
That's what I'll say. I know how this looks, officers. They'll say, oh, this guy? Cool. Santa Rosa County, Florida, somebody's having some fun with the Google listings over there. Some of the schools in Northwest Florida and Southeast Alabama were tampered with in Google's system. Among others, Navarre High School had its name edited or replaced with inappropriate phrases. So instead of seeing Navarre High School, I think, on the maps or in the browser, the search result came up with Diddy's Playhouse. Santa Rosa County District Schools said it's aware of the potential hack affecting our gurgle.
Check out our gurgle listing.
Our gurgle search results. They confirmed that other schools in neighboring districts are experiencing the same. We take this matter seriously and are actively working to resolve the issue with Google. It's been reported to Google, who handles the search functionality of this. This sounds like people who don't know much about Google. They handle the search. They're the Google. We called the Google up, and it's all good. Florida teen attacks school staffer, snatches phone after attempt to discipline student, erupts into viral fight in cafeteria. That was a 17-year-old high school student who's now facing felony charges after she got into a fight with a school staff member during the lunch period. The incident involved a hall monitor who's been placed on administrative leave. The brawl began when the unidentified female student...
I'm sorry, they're paying hall monitors now?
I guess it's like a...
Is that your only job?
Yeah, how much
hall
you get?
monitor. It doesn't say.
I'll look for that too.
Okay.
I found it. Macarena.
And then he'll make it up in just another couple minutes.
What? $12.91 an hour on average? That's not that bad.
Yeah. How many halls can you monitor? Really?
It becomes bad when you're attacked by the students.
True.
He says the brawl began when the unidentified female student attacked the hall monitor and grabbed her phone. The teen was charged with attempted robbery by sudden snatching. I didn't know that there was a specific charge
if it's
like
a
that.
slow snatch, it's a lesser charge.
It's an attempted robbery by sudden snatching and battery of a school official. She's been charged with a felony. If you're going to vote early, make sure you read your ballot very carefully. Some of them have the wrong name on them.
Perfect.
Hundreds of electronic ballots mailed from Palm Beach County last week incorrectly listed Tom Walls as the Democratic nominee for vice president rather than the correct name, Tim. Which an election official has revealed.
That's not a separate section, though, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Kamala.
yes.
Okay.
But just for the record here, Palm Beach County, could you not maybe for everything you do with ballots ever just double, triple check in Palm Beach County?
That's right. It says this isn't the first time Palm Beach County has faced ballot issues in the 2000 election. The infamous butterfly ballot is thought to have caused confusion, leading many Democratic voters to mistakenly vote for reform candidate Pat Buchanan instead of Al Gore. And last but not least, a Florida man brings drugs to the beach, locks himself in his own trunk, and then the sun goes down. That was 32-year-old Rob Moore. They said they answered a 9:30 call about a suspicious Lincoln Continental parked at Sombrero Beach, Caribe, in the Florida Keys. When he arrived, he found every door wide open except for the trunk, but no one in sight. And he heard a mysterious sound. As he approached the vehicle, he heard knocking coming from the trunk. Naturally, the officer called out, ordering the person in the trunk to come out, but things took a hilarious turn when the 32-year-old Moore, locked inside, could not comply. Claimed to have been hunting for his lost keys when he, quote, somehow managed to fall inside the trunk, which then closed, locking him inside.
Yikes.
The good news, he was free. The bad news, his keys were still missing, and Deputy Hop spotted a bit of weed and a pipe in the glove box, so he was arrested for he got a citation for drugs and paraphernalia and was sent on his way. And that's it, friends, for a hurricane edition of This Week in Florida.
Thank you, C-Lane. Oh, no. Wow, your audience was not with you today. That's it's a rarity.
What do you mean?
That's only when he does the next episode that he has the standing ovation from the audience sound at the end of the next episode. So for now, we'll have to just one real slow. Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's as loud as it can get. This is not cons or cans or whatever. We don't have a lot more for you, but here we are. Man, I'm pissed I didn't find that song.
I told you it was going to be a disappointing story.
We have to reach out to the employees, and I also think moving forward, any reporters that listen, and you're going to pull up a story like this, like do the digging. Everyone wants to know, so make sure you find out the song.
Antojitos, and where do we know?
I believe
Fort Lauderdale.
Antojito, is there more than one? Antojitos, Fort Lauderdale. I'll call them, and I'll pretend I'm like the insurance company or something.
They don't know where it comes from.
Well, because they're going to wonder why I'm asking. They'll go, stop bothering us. I'll say, this is the insurance company, and I need to get an answer from you.
If it was smooth jazz, it'll be a lot less money, but...
That's the most important part of that story. We have to call them. I have Antojitos Mexicanos, but then I also have Antojitos Salvadoreños.
It's Mexicanos.
Is that one?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to call them.
Cool.
I'm going to ring them up and see what they say and try to get an answer on this.
All
I'll
right.
dive down to the bottom of that.
This is the way you need to say. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
¿Qué canción estaba sonando cuando le dispararon y mataron al hombre?
I'm sure that they have an English speaker there.
That seems like you're saying something offensive to me.
¿Qué
That
canción
seems like...
estaba sonando cuando le dispararon y mataron al hombre?
All right, I'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens.
That's, what song was playing when the man was shot and killed?
Oh, but perfect. Just hit that button then when they pick up on the call. That'll make it a lot easier. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to hear your dispatches. Those are all fired up and ready to go. I want to talk about the new Joker movie that's coming out very, very soon. A new law in California that could have an impact on many people who are YouTubers of the worst variety. It tends to be the worst variety when you get the kids involved and all that stuff. It doesn't have to be. I know some people who do channels where it's not bad, but sometimes it can be. And we'll see what that new law that changes everything for these YouTubers is. And if you guys think it's a good idea, that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes.
We might even give you credit.
Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
On I-4 this afternoon, you could expect your regular delays, and there's slowdowns on I-4 through the city between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. No major problems on any other major roadway so far, but there is an accident on John Young Parkway at Tap Vineland Road, causing a bit of delays there. And just travel with caution. There could be debris and flooding on the roadways. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa handcrafted beverages are just $3 or $4. From iced lattes to smoothies to a late-night milkshake. Get any handcrafted 16 or 24-ounce beverage for just $3 or $4. Gotta have a Wawa.
That mortgage guy, Don, is part of the Real Radio family, and that means he's taking care of your family. A stand-up guy who's looking out for you. And when you're making big life decisions like refinancing or buying your first home, well, you got to work with someone that has your best interests in mind. And that's that mortgage guy, Don. Get the process started today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah!
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
If you missed our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, make some noise!
Watch the best moments exclusively on Hulu, beginning October 7th.
You guys are out for a party, I can tell.
See the biggest festival headliners from around the world assembled on one stage on one show.
This iHeart energy is so incredible. See it all at our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu, beginning October 7th.
We've all made questionable decisions in life, like that time that you frosted the tips of your hair. But hiring an attorney shouldn't be. I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all injury cases. If you are not completely satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com.
Have you been to Wassy's Meat Market yet? Wassy's Meat Market has hand-cut, never frozen, quality meats. And they've been right here in Melbourne for over 30 years. Choose choice and prime domestic Wagyu, Australian Wagyu, and A5 Japanese Wagyu beef. Wassy's also has sides, appetizers, pies. Did I mention that everything is homemade, which will make your meal even more special? Stop by Wassy's Meat Market from 9 to 6 and Sundays from 10 to 4 at 830 North Wickham Road, right there in Melbourne. That's Wassy's Meat Market.
Hey, Russ Rollins here for Life Imaging FLA. Do you have people that you love? If you do, have them go to Life Imaging FLA and get that heart scan. It's possibly a free heart scan, and early detection of heart disease and cancer, that's a game changer in terms of treatment and outcome. You know, I'm dealing with my sister right now who has stage 4 cancer, and she tells everybody she wishes she would have gone and had a scan earlier and found out she had cancer at, stage 1. It's a much easier fight. If you have someone in your family that you love, get them over to Life Imaging FLA. You pick up your cell phone, you dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements. It's a $699 value that is definitely worth it. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. If there's someone that you love in your family, have them go to Life Imaging FLA, get that heart scan, get the cancer screening, and make sure you tell them Russ and the Monster sent you.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight, or is business at an all-time high? Well, maybe it's time for you to sell, retire, and just relax with a bunch of money in the bank. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for 40 years. And with offices located throughout the world, we have thousands of buyers immigrating to the United States ready to buy your business. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That's a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. That's the winning formula. It has never been a better time time to sell your business than right now. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com.
Every morning brings new opportunities. That's why I love McDonald's new limited time breakfast deal. For just $5, I can mix and match 2 of my favorite breakfast sandwiches to make all new flavor combinations. Today, I'm starting my morning with a sausage McMuffin with egg and an egg McMuffin for just $5. Tomorrow, I may mix it up with 2 egg McMuffins. So, it's a new day, but the same great 2 for $5 deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup-ditioners. Air Cup-ditioners come in all my favorites, like classic Coke, Southern Style Sweet Tea, frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, and, of course, iced coffee. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day. Air drinks. And they're drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola and Fanta are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like the Beatles Now and Then, celebrating all things Beatles. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and search the Beatles Now and Then and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had.
Well, I hope you're safe out there as well. If you'd like to join us with your thoughts, your opinions, you are welcome on the show as a member as well. Just send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Some big and interesting movies coming to the box office. And
you held that sum just long enough that in my head I went, "But you once told me the word."
Still worth it, though. There's some movies at the box office that are a little bit more controversial in the next couple of weeks. One is this movie by Francis Ford Coppola, which is Megalopolis.
Right.
Which I told you about previously because I said there's a weird thing where during the premieres, they turned all the lights on in the movie theater, and then there's a scene where an actor in the actual movie theater interacts with the screen, and they do a scene, and then the lights go back off. And I said, how are they going to do that? They must have changed it for the version that is going to be just commonplace in movie theaters. But it costs $120 million to make this movie.
Of Francis's own money, apparently.
Yeah. He wanted to invest in this because some other people didn't believe in the idea. And I obviously have not seen this yet. I did tell you I like that the trailer didn't give too much away. I like to go in a little bit more unaware of what's going on with the movie. But some people are saying this is a hot mess. It's just like, this is not good, and it's a mess, and there's all kinds of chaos on the screen. Megalopolis is a story set in the 21st century Big Apple that's known as New Rome because it's a sci-fi parable about the fall of an empire. And there's a war raging between Adam Driver as Caesar and then Franklin Cicero, who's played by Giancarlo Esposito. And those two are fighting back and forth. And that's the movie. And I don't know if anybody's really drawn to this. I know I like Adam Driver. Adam Driver's really good, usually. And he seems like he would pick a good movie. But I think that it's also potentially one of these weirdo Hollywood masturbatory movies where it takes itself too seriously. And it's weird. I think I might see it just to give it a chance. I think I would too.
I was a little thrown by like it's all on a giant green screen studio style.
Yeah.
Like it seems that might throw me. But then
nothing
again,
looks real.
$120 million. that must a good chunk go towards the CGI people in post, right?
And I'm sure they did a good job. And I know the guy knows how to make a good movie. He made The Godfather, for God's sake.
Is it green screen, or are they doing it like with actual screens?
It's just like everything is clearly animated.
Gotcha.
Because it's the future. Yeah, it's not done with normal city shots.
The stuff they're doing for the new Star Wars shows, the live action ones on Disney Plus, where it's instead of green screen, it's just LED walls that move in Congress with the camera.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's wild.
It's called it a volume, and the technology behind it and the way that it makes it look on camera is insane cool.
Yeah, the screens are so good now that they don't need a green screen. They just put up a visual that makes it look like they're really in this other place, but they're just in some production studio somewhere. It's really cool that they could do that. The other movie that I believe comes out next week, and I got to tell you.
This is a Death 2?
No, this is the Joker reboot, the Joker Folie à Deux reboot. I think this looks bad. I think that this looks like this could even be a flop, this movie, which would be strange because the first Joker in this series was incredibly popular and did very well. I like the elements of this. I like Joaquin Phoenix, believe it or not. I think he's interesting, and I think he's a very, very good actor. I like Lady Gaga. And even though you might say, well, she's a singer, she was in, I only saw part of it because it looked like a miserably sad movie, but Courtney swears by her in A Star is Born.
Yeah.
That was the one that...
I cried so hard.
Yeah, Ashley cried so hard, and then she wanted to watch me delete it after it was done so that we could never even accidentally watch it again.
It was fascinating to me because this was, the third remake of A Star is Born, and I had gone my entire life not knowing anything about the film.
Same.
And I think that after seeing it, a little spoiler would have stopped me from crying, sobbing during the credits. I'm just like, that was how it ended? So sad. And now Shallow is one of my most played songs.
Courtney thought it was the greatest movie and that Lady Gaga did a really good job acting in that movie. And from what I saw,
she's a good actress.
She's right. So it's not that I don't like Lady Gaga or that I don't like her as an actress or that I don't like Joaquin Phoenix. I just hate all of the ideas that I've seen on the screen in the 3 different trailers I've seen from this movie.
Same director as the previous one, though?
I think
Todd
so,
Phillips.
yeah.
Which is weird.
Why wouldn't it be good? Just because it has a couple musical elements?
No, it's a lot. It's 13 sing-along songs, jazzy sing-along songs. So people are saying that the whole thing basically takes place in a courtroom, and it's like this court trial that just keeps turning into jazzy sing-alongs, like, bring in the bailiff, some...
Oh, my God. What was that?
That was the song. It was a jazzy song. Did you not get jazzy from what I did there?
I got the WB frog.
Yeah, you sounded like Michigan J. Frog for a second there.
I was staying in that territory, so it was a familiar tune to people. Here's an example of what I'm talking about on the Daily Beast. Apparently, the Lady Gaga Joker sequel is terrible. One critic called it the blockbuster filmmaking as a form of collective punishment movie. And somebody else said...
critics I almost cursed it. Crap all over it. That's the thing now. Like, who is going to say something nice at this point? You're not going to get the headlines.
Well, let's see what they say. It says, fans excited for the sequel to Joaquin Phoenix's Joker are apparently going to be disappointed. I don't know what this movie's like, but it does kind of look like it sucks. It does kind of look like it's not good. And there's a bunch of cringe parts where they're singing to each other. When I saw Joker, when I saw you, it changed everything for me. The dialogue is weird. Despite trailers teasing the sequel as a movie musical epic, they said the movie is actually more of a courtroom drama and not a very interesting one at that. Vulture says the movie commits the mortal sin of wasting Lady Gaga. They said her Lee isn't an equal partner to Arthur, but another accessory in his grand tragedy, a supercharged, scary-eyed take on a serial killer groupie, they said. IndieWire went so far as to say the director Todd Phillips' musical feels like it's bad on purpose, which is, that's a tough review right there. It says the movie tries and fails to make a point of our own frustrations with it, and yeah, blockbuster filmmaking as a form of collective punishment. It just looks kind of dumb to me. And I wonder...
Have there been any courtroom musicals before?
Not that I know of.
Object. I object. His head needs to be checked, and I'll put in this evidence, and your defense is wrecked.
So they're doing Be Our Guest there.
I wasn't.
That's catchy. I like it.
It's the courtroom, and we got some drama.
You're sticking with the song, too.
I know. I thought that was the
Nice
scene.
Sequania, the Lion King.
Thank
Beautiful.
you.
I wasn't
Beautiful,
going
beautiful.
for Be Our Guest. That was original.
Yeah, right.
Okay, well.
Wow, she's taking away from your performance, dude.
If you
She's
want to sing your own song, be sure to send in a dispatch. Just go to thenewsjunkie.com and send your first dispatch today.
It was blockbuster music making as a form of collective punishment. Very similar to
What we
the
just
Joker.
did?
I watched the first trailer probably 6 months ago, I would have to say. One thing that may be souring me on this is that they've played the same one over and over and over and over and over and over and over. I've seen it so many times.
I haven't seen it at all.
I think there's a chance this movie does not do that well. It could be huge because the first one was so huge. So I'm not counting it out yet. But I think there's a chance people may have soured on this as an idea. We'll see. What do you think? Have you watched the trailers for this? Are you going to see it? Go to thenewsjunkie.com and let us know right now. I got to tell you, one of the biggest things is I'm like, am I supposed to like this guy? Am I supposed to believe that other people like this guy? Like, if this happened in real life and he killed a bunch of people, I don't think that there would be a whole bunch of people who have celebrated this, dude. There would be some. There'd be a small
different
minority.
in that sense. Like, that's where this Joker character is so, and why I believe it did so well, because what he did was bad, so you don't know. It's not as black and white as your protagonist, antagonist, typical storyline. It's like you're split in several different ways.
But he's just so unlikable to me. Don't you find the
bad
character?
for him because he had a terrible childhood and
Yes,
he's
I do
a
feel
damaged
bad.
man.
And he's got the problem where he just laughs randomly. That's an interesting little piece of structure that they put into the story. But overall, it just seems like two annoying people in a movie together about an annoying character. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
You think
Let me
Lady
know.
Gaga's annoying?
No, I think the characters that they put in this movie, judging by what I've seen from these several trailers, the characters seem, there's no redeeming qualities, and they just seem like obnoxious. But maybe it's a huge hit. We shall see. All right, when we come back, we'll get to jury duty, including this brand new law in California for YouTubers, family YouTubers in particular. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Try it with Angel. Try it with Angel.
Halsey.
What?
You know what?
So uncomfortable.
I want to let you know. I appreciate a lot of things that you do. I love you, man.
Yeah, you're the man, dude.
That's all you got.
I got goosebumps. I hate it.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Progressive Insurance.
The Cowboys held on against the Giants in a game that was way closer than it should have been. It was yet another example of Dallas beating up on a pretty overmatched team, but Dallas can't beat the good ones. I mean, the Giants barely have a pulse at running back, a wide receiver that's a rookie carrying the load. Cowboy fans don't want to hear this, but Philly and Washington have better rosters, and the Giants are just a quarterback away now. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're seeing the unseeable. Using advanced imaging technology, our experts can look deeper into the human body, uncovering the smallest of details that would otherwise go unnoticed, leading to more accurate diagnoses and treatments. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Downtown Orlando's Dr. Phillips Center presents the Second City 65th Anniversary Show. Join us September 27th through the 29th in the Alexis and Jim Pugh Theater for 3 evenings of comedy, featuring your favorite songs, sketches, and characters written for their stages over the years. See for yourself why the Second City continues to be one of the world's most influential names in comedy as an all-star ensemble brings their iconic material to life. Get tickets now at drphillipscenter.org. This program made possible through the generous support of Kathy and Bill Holmes. hormones.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Score your next used car during the Winning Drive sales event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Used car prices start at $89.88 and credit problems are no problem. Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com. Home with a lifetime warranty.
VIN number 5Y104975 plus taxes and fees with approved credit.
We all think about buying a house instead of renting, right? But did you ever realize you're renting your electricity every single month? Yep, overpaying the power company and watching prices rise every year. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power with Solar Source? I started with my pool heater going solar, and now I'm thrilled with Solar Source's pay-as-you-go system where I can save each month starting at only $99. Now, Solar Source isn't new to this game. They've been in business for nearly 40 years with the same phone number since 1984 and over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They are the company I trust. Are you ready to stop renting your electricity? Switch to Solar Source today and start owning your own power. Switch to Solar Source today by going to solarsource.com/monster. Honestly, going Solar Source has been the best thing we've done all year. I absolutely love the company, and you save more money when you tell them you know Russ Rollins. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations like the Beatles Now and Then. Just search Beatles and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
John Legend here. How do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date with a COVID shot this season?
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Ask your healthcare provider and book at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
In just a moment, and we'll get into the story I teased that's going to change YouTube for a whole bunch of people, and we'll see if it's for the better or the worse. We'll get into jury duty in just a moment, but I want to remind you, if you're having any issues with the podcast or not having any issues with the podcast, it's important that I hear from you too. You can email me, tipsathenewsjunkie.com, and say, hey, I've been listening and it's not been skipping at all. It's good to go. Or if it has been skipping, let me know what your experience is there. Tipsathenewsjunkie.com. Thank you in advance. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com.
Did you see his new image for Halloween?
No, I didn't. What's he got?
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Modal juice.
Modal juice? All right. That's
fantastic.
Timely right now with the new Beetlejuice.
Could have thought of a better name for that, but I'm going to keep it to myself.
Oh, come on.
Just say it out loud. It's just
DeWitt juice. Beetle.
Oh, that sounds pretty bad too, actually. DeWitt juice. Give me some of that DeWitt juice. No. All right, this is going to change everything, perhaps, for at least some YouTubers. And I want you to say if you think this is a good idea or a... I saw you were just taking a bite of something.
It's fine. I swallowed it whole.
Don't do that. It's not healthy. Is this a good idea or a bad idea?
Good idea or bad idea?
In California, they just signed into law some new protections that will shore up the California Child Actors Bill, also known as Coogan Law. Coogan Law was passed all the way back in 1939.
That with Shirley Temple?
Perhaps. I mean, she would have been in mind, maybe, because this is about kids working in Hollywood, of course. So they've had to update it over the years. And one thing that they didn't consider was if you're a YouTuber, you could be making money and have your kids featured in your content, but the kids never get paid out. And the parents just spend all the money. Next thing you know, the kids are adults and they say, my parents spent it all. I got nothing.
Like Ryan's Toys or something, right? Wasn't that one of the biggest accounts?
He has a huge YouTube account. This little kid, Ryan, who does toy reviews. And there's a ton of young kids that are making millions and millions and millions of dollars. Their parents are often making this money off of them. This will now require something of these parents in California. The law requires employers of child performers to place 15% of the young talent's earnings into a Coogan account in order to ensure the minor is afforded a portion of their profit once they turn 18 years old. So, technically speaking, if you were a YouTuber doing family content with your kids in it in the state of California, you would have to make sure those kids were getting paid, and you would have to put 15% of their earnings in an account that they can access when they turn into an adult.
But is that like
country.
If you're paying the parents directly, like if they're individual, what if they've made a corporation or an LLC? Is that still up to YouTube to make sure that they're making an account based on, we see a kid in this video?
If the income is coming in from a child actor, then the money that's paid for their work to that child actor, 15% of it has to be put in one of those specialty accounts. The parents can still get the rest to do what they want, which I think you should call that into question a little bit too. But YouTubers have been untouched by this. They don't have to pay the kids.
50-50, man.
The kids, if they appear in the content, I would think if they're working on it, would be, if it's a kid who's acting in something, would be inclined to get some cash from it. And 15% will keep these kids better off in their future if their parents spend it all, which happens. It happens more than you would think. I do know some YouTube creators who involve their children in it who are not bad people, who are not doing a bad thing, who are not being exploitive of their children. But there are some, and we've seen them and we've covered them on this show, that aren't great. They're not good parents, and they're not being doing what's best for their children. Remember the one lady who was telling the kid to cry for the thumbnail?
Oh my God, that just popped up recently for me.
She forgot to edit it out of the video. And she's in the car with her kid.
And she's like, all right, cry like your dog died. And the kid's like, my dog did die. We just put it down.
Yeah. And she goes, yeah, we got to cry for the thumbnail. He's like, no, I'm just crying for real. I'm just crying for real life. And mom is fake crying. And you see this disconnect between a mother who is down to create some content, right? And a kid who just wants to be a little kid. He just wants to enjoy his life. And his dog died, for God's sake. Alabama put Alan Eugene Miller to death And the unique thing about this...
Is there like a end of the month deadline?
Banner week. I told you at the beginning, 5 executions in 7 days. And they said Alabama used nitrogen gas to execute this man. He was convicted of killing 3 people in back-to-back workplace shootings. The second time the method had been used in this country. Alan Eugene Miller, 59, was pronounced dead at 6:38 p.m. He shook and trembled in the gurney for about 2 minutes, with his body at times pulling against the restraints.
I thought you called him a meth head for a second there.
No, he was pronounced dead. Did that sound like meth head? It rhymes with it for sure. Miller was convicted of killing 3 men, Lee Holdbrooks, Christopher Scott Yancey, and Terry Jarvis in 1999. And they tried to execute him by lethal injection in 2022.
They're still out of the juice? They're still low on the juice?
There's places who are just trying to use the other stuff because I think it's more convenient for him. He said, I didn't do anything to be in here. Still saying he's not guilty at the end. He witnesses at the trial expressed no doubt about his guilt. They described him shooting the 3 men. They witnessed him actually do this. He was one of 5 inmates put to death in the span of 1 week, an unusually high number in the United States of America. Diddy, of course, finds himself in jury duty. That's no surprise to anybody. The latest weird story I saw about this was that Diddy wanted locks on the doors and said there could be no air conditioning at his kinky freak parties, his freak-offs. That sounds terrible.
Smell.
No air conditioning? Why would you do that to people? Why would you? That's terrible.
I would say like the most air conditioning.
Yeah,
you
would want
sweat
a lot.
And body work and the freakings and the offs.
Yeah,
it
maybe they
should
want
be cool and filtered.
Is maybe sweat sexy to him? To me, I would not want that, but that's what they were looking for there. And the case continues to pile up against Diddy. Let's see. We're working one dispatch here before we hit the break and see what's going on. We got Insecure Walrus talking about Coogan Law. Let's listen in here.
Fun fact, Jackie Coogan, who the Coogan Law is named after, he was a child star who acted with Charlie Chaplin in a lot of the silent films and made actually a lot of money, and his parents took it all. So the Coogan Law set up that the parents can't touch a certain amount of money that child actors make, and it has to be set aside until they're 18 or 21 or something. Most people know Jackie Coogan, though, as he was Uncle Fester on The Addams Family.
Oh, was he? That's wild. Yeah. Whoa, what a career. The California Child Actors Bill, also known as the Coogan Act, is a law applicable to child performers designed to safeguard a portion of their earnings for when they reach the age of majority to protect them from exploitation, they said. Later revisions extended the scope of a minor's entertainment contract that the court can approve to include contracts like acting, dancing, singing, being a comedian, being an entertainer, being a writer, director, producer, production executive, choreographer, or designer. Anything really in the entertainment industry, it would seem, is impacted by that.
I'm not watching no kids movie.
No? With just kids in it? Or you're not going to watch a movie that features a kid?
That was directed by a child or written?
It's not going to be good.
What's going on to the Coogan? It was a new feature film is directed by 8-year-old kid.
It's not going to be a winner. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think you could have kids do a lot of the roles in the movie. You can even have them be the majority of the actors. Kindergarten Cop, some of those kids were great. You kidding me? Memorable performances in that movie. Love it. But if you have a kid really running the ship, the director role... Who's the youngest director ever? Let's see. Youngest director ever.
Guess the age, Celine.
Youngest director at...
I'll go 14.
15.
All right.
All right. Saugat Bista, at the age of 7, was the director for a movie.
What is the movie called? This is my poopies.
It's called Love You Baba, which is not far away from what you just said.
Okay, who's the youngest director to win an Oscar?
Oh, that's a good question right there.
Then I'll go 22.
Rector.
I'm doing it.
Rector.
Oscar.
Oh, wow. This is recent.
Yeah, it is. La La Land, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Damien Chazelle, 32 years old.
Dang.
So that 7-year-old ain't got a chance. That movie's garbage. When we come back, there's something that is changing in all the restaurants around this great country of ours. And I, for one, am for it. But you, I don't know what you're going to think. Only one way to find out. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win tickets to See the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season long on our Instagram at Real Radio 1041.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for congestion at the intersection where Vine Street meets John Young Parkway. Authorities are clearing up an accident on John Young Parkway near Tap Vineland Road. There's off-ramp backup from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive. And just keep in mind, local crews are clearing up debris and road damage from the weather event last night, so just travel with caution. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what shall we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah! That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
As storm season heats up, your Better Business Bureau reminds you to make a list now of trusted professionals. If you need help after a hurricane, who will you trust? Protect your home and family by choosing licensed, reputable professionals. Turn to bbb.org to find a better business.
Hey, Russ Rollins here for Life Imaging FLA. You know, I'm so glad we met them. Since we met them over a year ago, there have been so many listeners that have gone to get their free heart scan and found out they had blockage, and it saved their lives. Also, we found people who found out they had cancer early, and early detection is the key when it comes to cancer and heart disease. They know that at Life Imaging FLA, and you don't have to have a symptom to go get a scan. Get a scan when you can. That's what my sister's telling everybody, because early detection is a game changer when it comes to heart disease and cancer. So pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the words free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value that is definitely worth it. When you pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, you'll be connected in seconds, and you'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. It's Life Imaging FLA. You'll probably talk to Judy when you go there. She's wonderful. Life Imaging FLA.
I never thought much about final expenses until my dad passed away last year. That's when I decided to take control of my own final expense planning. Then I found the Smart Bunny Insurance app. I secured a final expense insurance policy that fits my needs and budget. You can get coverage up to $25,000 with policies starting as low as $14 per month. Download the Smart Money Insurance app today and take the first step towards your peace of mind.
Insurance sold by Smart Money Insurance Services, Inc. Underwritten by various insurers. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture.
What happened with Hurricane Helene? Everybody seems to be okay, except for those of you without power in the Southeast, over in South Carolina in particular. But if you want to check in, go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. We did have somebody text in that said they were in South Carolina. They sent like this whole big, long story on the texting service. It was Simply Jeremy.
Simply Jeremy texted in all caps that he was in Greenville and there's power out and it's not coming back for a couple days, but he's got weed and liquor and he's cooking pork chops over a wood fire.
Wow,
all right,
thank you.
I can survive a couple days on this.
Have a power bank.
Yeah,
it's 70 degrees up there. It's not as bad as if you're down in hot Florida with no power.
Oh, that's no good. Yeah, if you don't have any power and you're like in South Florida right now, that's a tough one right there. This has been an interesting year, I think, for women's sports, the WNBA in particular. You had Caitlin Clark and what was her name? Angel Reese, I think, is the other star player who jumped into the league and became big stars and won over a lot of people. There's been games where the attendance is breaking records. There's been records in terms of people watching on television. And it's largely been focused around Caitlin Clark. The problem, I think, with this is along with it has been drama about a bunch of race stuff, which is probably not that great overall for building out the fan base. And I see yet another one where this was a video of Brittany Griner recently. She's the WNBA player who went to Russia and got arrested and was caught up in that whole snafu for a long time.
How long was she in jail for? It was over a year, right?
A while. I think it was over a year. It was a while
and
that
we
she was
traded
behind
her with somebody who... Did he murder or he built bombs? Or
he was the butcher?
Merchant of Death?
The Merchant of Death. That's what it was. He was the Merchant of Death. And then she got back to playing in the WNBA. I thought maybe she would be a person to watch and the big ratings would be tied around her, but that didn't pan out.
She's been getting in fights lately.
Has she? Yeah. On the court out there fighting these other people? Yeah. She was talking about how they keep saying the fans that are showing up to these WNBA games are racist. I've heard this over and over and over again. I want to listen to her for just a second here. Let's see if we can hear this. All right.
We're close. We're real close.
You could barely hear. I'll try to pump this up.
That's the deepest woman voice I've ever heard in my life.
She does have a very deep voice. She does indeed. I've turned it up a little.
About the game.
I got more.
It's not that.
You just can't hear her. She's talking
surrounded by
very loud.
Reporters, and nobody can get a microphone to her mouth.
There's no microphone, but the microphone in the room is picking up even the air conditioner. So Brittany Griner says, I don't appreciate the new fans, and I'm assuming that there's at least some suggestion that these are the Caitlin Clark fans. I don't appreciate the new fans that sit there and yell racial slurs at myself, my teammates, and the people that I play against. Because,
what racial slurs are they yelling?
It doesn't say
ahead,
in
Sean.
this. I'm not going to do that.
Give me a couple examples of a racial slur, Sean, please.
Those are my best opponents, but those are my friends, too, Brittany Griner said, on players facing racism from WNBA's new fleet of fans in 2024. So here's what I'm saying as a response to this, because I've seen a bunch of this talk. Is it possible that this has been occurring where fans are being racist, maybe the Caitlin Clark fans are being racist to some of the black WNBA players and shouting out racial slurs and stuff? I have not personally seen a single video of anybody doing this, of a single person at a WNBA game shouting some racial slur at the players on the court. This stuff is televised, and most of these games are. There are people with cameras absolutely everywhere. I'm not saying that it's not happening, but where's any evidence? If this was happening even at a high school game, you would hear the people, or you would see some video because somebody would go, that person's being racist, let's film them. And you would see them shouting at the WNBA players a bunch of racist stuff.
But there's more than one person besides Brittany Griner that are saying that. So
I don't disagree with that either. I know that I've heard more people say that this is happening. I'm saying, is it really happening? How is there not one single video, at least that I have seen, where a WNBA fan is recorded screaming out some sort of racist thing? Because I don't know that would be well received anywhere in the United States of America right now, much less a WNBA game. A WNBA game seems like it's not going to be a haven of a bunch of racist people.
Seems like a pretty progressive place.
I would think it would be. I don't know if are there any numbers on WNBA attendance? Like, can you look up WNBA attendance demographics? Is it majority women? I would think it would be, but I don't know if it would. Majority women would be interesting. And we know what the racial breakdown demographics-wise is of these people. I just don't feel like it's this atmosphere that they're painting.
In April 2024, a survey found that around half of WNBA fans were between the ages of 18 and 34. This is a younger demographic than the NBA, which already has a large proportion of young fans. Viewership among men has increased significantly.
Okay.
Viewership among non-Hispanic white people has increased by 156% on ION and 301% on ESPN networks.
Okay, and that could be attributed to Caitlin Clark or the other upstarts that have been drawing attention, like Angel Reese, and she's a good player in her own right. But
black viewers watch the WNBA in a much higher proportion than their overall share of the U.S. population.
And I wonder if that also is true for NBA action, too. If it happens that there's more black fans of NBA than there might be for other sports, say baseball or, certainly like hockey or something where they just
and it looks like
they're not exposed to it.
A lot of the stuff, instead of like the shouting, it's like what they're wearing and showing up, like posters and a lot of social media stuff that's attached. I'm trying to find some things that we could play.
Have you seen a person with any kind of poster that had something racist on it? I feel like the WNBA would not even allow that to happen to begin with.
Some lady wore a shirt that says ban long nails or acrylic nails. That I think I just watched the video and I was half obviously on the show with you, but
right,
that was looked at as racist because I think it's also what this lady attached to it in her social media and the selfie video of her doing it, that they called her a bigot.
Okay, that brings up a lot of questions. I don't think that person's a bigot on that statement alone, number one. But can you play basketball with nails like that? There's no way, right?
You can.
The WNBA players are playing with like those long nails coming off. I feel like that would be so detrimental to the sport itself. That would be surprising to me. So I haven't seen any of this. I just haven't seen anything to show that this is actually happening to these people. BDMP says on Twitch, Clark has a huge following and she deserves it, but the rest of the WNBA players have been treating her like crap all season. Caitlin Clark got hit in the eye on Sunday night and it didn't get called. I think that they have been giving her a hard time. But I can't imagine, and I'll go back to what I said initially on this, I can't imagine if there was some big star football player who was new to the league and was getting all this attention, he's going to change the league forever, and then he starts getting tackled a couple of times. People are like, whoa, like the players are taunting him, like, well, they're being mean to him. I don't think that people would take that very seriously. However, the racism stuff I think is interesting, and I think it certainly would go both ways. Like there's been people who have been negative about their reception of Caitlin Clark because she's white. There's been some people who have not received her positively because of her skin color. So that has been just wrapped up in the whole debate over these people, when it would be much better for the sport if they just made it about the rivalries between people. the rivalries between the characters. That's brought in ratings. That's brought in fans. Like literally fans to a sport that most people were laughing at 5 years ago. Now they're not laughing at it as much. Now it seems to be a bigger deal. And I think that's interesting. But where's the evidence of this happening? That's my question. Let us know what you've heard. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now. At restaurants all over this country, there is a major change that is happening. I am for this, but I think lots of people are going to hate me for being for this. They are saying that most places, probably to save some money and be cheap, are reducing the portion sizes. At all your favorite restaurants, this is something that's happening across the board. Portion sizes are being reduced to every place that you could go to out there. And I'm not talking fast food. I'm talking sit down at an Applebee's, sit down at a Chili's, sit down at whatever Cheesecake Factory, and they're shrinking it. They're shrinking the portion size. But I kind of like that because I need a little help. I need a little bit of an overeater.
If you're going to shrink the portion size, then shrink the prices as well.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen. That would be nice. But I think that they'll probably...
so what you're saying is we're experiencing some more shrinkflation.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Right. Yeah, that is probably what's happening in a lot of these places. And they're saying that you're going to start to see this at different restaurants that you go to. I kind of like a place. This is the nerdiest restaurant, I think, the most old fuddy-duddy restaurant that I go to. Seasons 52.
Why is that nerdy and fuddy-duddy?
It's an old person place. Seasons 52 is definitely like an old person's restaurant. But they have super low-calorie stuff, and it seems like hocus pocus because you get your meal and you said, this is 600 calories right now? I love that. I dig that. So I don't feel like an animal after I'm eating. I like a smaller portion size, but maybe I'm alone on that one, probably. All right, let's go over to you. Let's see what's happening where you are. Dr. Roxy Fox has a dispatch. They say they're getting fired because of the hurricane. What?
Speaking of Hurricane Helene, I got fired because of it. No. I deliver newspapers at nighttime for PMD Enterprises. They're quote unquote fantastic. Yeah, so it was blowing wind and rain.
He's breaking up there, but he's saying it was blowing wind and raining and it was dangerous. And I said, hey, I'm not going to go out and work in this. I'll see you in a bit. And they said, you're fired. They terminated your contract because you wouldn't deliver in the storm. That's something we could ask Moses for sure. Because if they're forcing you through threat of firing or you get fired as a response to go out and work in dangerous circumstances.
Is it in Florida? Because they can fire you for whatever.
They can fire you for whatever reason, but I don't know if they could. That seems like they might not be able to fire you for that. If let's say, what's an example we could use? All right, let's say that iHeart said, Sabrina, we want you to be our hurricane correspondent. Mm-hmm. And we want you to go out in the storm and report. And you go, no, I don't want to do that. And they say, well, you're going to have to do this or you're going to get fired. It would seem that the danger associated with it would make it so they can't force you to do that. Maybe they can, but if they can, I don't like that. I don't think that's good. I don't think this guy should have been fired for this. Anyhow, we'll see. And put that on the list for Moses.
It's already on the list.
Excellent.
It just seems kind of counterintuitive to go, you don't want to do your job? Now you're fired, and we now have nobody to do your job anyway.
Yeah, nobody's delivering those newspapers regardless here. Jackie has a dispatch about movies.
Hey, happy Friday, happy weekend.
Hey.
Let's go, Sean. Please, Mr. Movie Buff, you go to the theaters. Please go see The Substance and tell me what you think. If you aren't disturbed in some way, super suspense. It reminds me of Limitless, the Bradley Cooper movie where he took a pill, except this is like a woman version
I love that movie.
About beauty and health. So, but it's pretty twisted.
Was that the one you saw? Skincare?
No. Oh, I did see Skincare, but she said Substance. I have not heard of Substance, and she didn't say who was in it. She said just reminds me of
The Substance.
The Substance. I've not heard this before. See if you can find something about that. It's in theaters
pretty
now.
Freaky, and Demi Moore is not scared to show all, and she did really great.
Not scared to show all.
Her acting's top notch. Let me know what you think if you see it. Anybody sees it, you won't be disappointed.
On my way to the movie.
Very original.
All right, thank you.
It's Elizabeth Sparkle, renowned for Her aerobics show faces a devastating blow on her 50th birthday as her boss fires her. Amid her distress, a laboratory offers her a substance which promises to transform her into an enhanced version of herself.
Ooh. I'd check it out. Yeah.
She's right.
It's
It's Lady Limitless.
And I like Demi Moore. I think she's good, too. So, yeah, I'll check that out for sure and report back. We want to hear from you. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, we'll get to not only you, but also Trump's got some more merch, fans. He's got a little bit of merch.
Somebody texted in the other day that the iHeart stream is running Trump shoe commercials. We're missing the Trump shoe commercials?
Damn. That's not fair. He's got more merch. It's not the Trumpy Trout, which was the Billy Bass version.
That wasn't his, though, right?
That was aiming at his audience, but it wasn't officially from his campaign. So that was just somebody going, there's Trump fans out there. Let's make a Billy Bass version. And Trumpy Trout was born. But now this new piece of merch is a little bit more expensive than some of the past ones. What is it? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for congestion at the intersection where Vine Street meets John Young Parkway. Authorities are clearing up an accident on John Young Parkway near Tap Vineland Road. There's off-ramp backup from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive. And just keep in mind, local crews are clearing up debris and road damage from the weather event last night. So just travel with caution. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
If you want to find out about a reverse mortgage, that mortgage guy Don can help. Rates are improving, and that makes the terms even more favorable. Want to find out how it works? That mortgage guy, Don, will get you some numbers and explain the details. Then you decide if that makes sense for you to proceed. A reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver, especially for those over 62 on a fixed income. So get a quote today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com. Work with an expert and a friend that you could trust.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Shipley Donuts. Now open on South Cimarron Boulevard.
iHeartRadio brings you Global Citizen Festival 2024 from New York City at Central Park's Great Lawn. Live performances from Post Malone, Doja Cat, Jelly Roll, Benson Boone, and more. Join the movement to end extreme poverty now, one action at a time at GlobalCitizenFestival.com. Hear the entire festival live on the iHeartRadio app all day tomorrow, and the best of the best moments on the free iHeartRadio app's Hit Nation station. Tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
Downtown Orlando's Dr. Phillips Center presents the Second City 65th Anniversary Show. Join us September 27th through the 29th in the Alexis and Jim Pugh Theater for 3 evenings of comedy, featuring your favorite songs, sketches, and characters written for their stages over the years. See for yourself why the Second City continues to be one of the world's most influential names in comedy as an all-star ensemble brings their iconic material to life. Get tickets now at drphillipscenter.org. This program made possible through the generous support of Kathy and Bill Hones.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes DeRay Davis. Thursday nights on the side stage, we host the best open mic in the Central Florida area. Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and full bar available with parking discounts offered to all guests who park in the Point Orlando garage. Get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com.
What sets International Diamond Center apart from those big box jewelry chain stores?
The problem with big chain stores is that they're all run by corporate.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
That means the people at the store level just plain don't care much.
At IDC, you're not dealing with a bunch of retail clerks. You're working with a true jewelry professional who's not on commission and not beholden to a bunch of corporate dictated rules and policies.
When you're in big corporate world, everybody operates out of a manual or a big book of rules. At IDC, we don't have a manual telling our people how to deal with customers. We empower our people to take care of those customers in the way they would want to be taken care of.
Get the respect, guidance, professionalism, and genuine care you deserve from people who put you first.
We tell them point blank, do whatever it takes to make the customer happy, period.
International Diamond Center. Locally owned, internationally connected.
We want them to take care of you, protect you, and make it the best experience that you could possibly have.
International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations and always at shopidc.com.
Hey everybody, this is Josh and Chuck from the Stuff You Should Know podcast. And if you've ever wanted to know about champagne, Satanism, the Stonewall Uprising...
Oh, how about chaos theory, El Nino, LSD, little true crime sprinkled in? Or maybe something historical like Rosa Parks?
Yeah, if you want any of that or anything else you can think of, then look no further. We have you covered.
That's right. Listen to the Stuff You Should Know podcast on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Should Know and start listening.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
Wawa makes the right handcrafted beverages for the right time. And now, handcrafted beverages are just $3 or $4. Jump out of bed for an iced latte. Take a lunch break for a smoothie. Or celebrate with a late-night milkshake. Wawa makes the right beverages for the right time. Now at an even better price. Get smoothies, lattes, or any handcrafted 16-ounce or 24-ounce beverage for just $3 or $4. Gotta have a Wawa.
Honey, I'm going to Wawa for dinner.
Okay, but Ben wants pizza.
Yep.
And Nit wants a burger and fries.
Right.
Oh, and the twins, they won't touch anything except for mac and cheese.
Exactly. Wawa has something for everyone for dinner, so I only have to make one stop to make everyone happy. So, what do you want?
Well, if you're going to Wawa, I have to have a hoagie.
From burgers to hoagies and everything in between, Wawa has dinner for everyone.
In this week's Marketers Report, we learn about the value of local influencers in uncertain times from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
The economy is tough for everyone, and taking a step back and understanding the pain that your customers are currently going through because of a tough environment is really important. We have 19,000 agents across the country, and they understand what's going on in those very unique communities. iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, connected, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like the Beatles Now and Then, celebrating all things Beatles. Legendary clips. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and search the Beatles Now and Then and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio. Make no payments till 2025 during the Winning Drive sales event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Forever hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening to the
Go to thenewsjunkie.com/live, hang out with us, and even chat along with the show, thenewsjunkie.com/live. If you miss it, you can always get the VOD, video on demand, of each show on thenewsjunkie.com. Get your VOD on in the featured section. Trump is the best, said merchandise, and all the politicians are really getting in on this as of late.
Everybody knows it.
Everybody knows that he's the best. He's got Trumpy Trout. That's not really from him, but it's in the world of Trump, so we'll give it to him.
He's got the trading cards. Here's me holding some Bitcoins.
There's been some interesting ones. I think Jeb Bush had a guacamole bowl or some sort of piece of merch like that.
I remember that back in the day.
His campaign that did not work out so well, if you will recall. And then Trump has shoes.
Can't find the sound, can you?
What, of Jeb Bush?
Please
clap. Are you kidding me? You think I don't have that?
Please clap.
Yeah. That's one of the few I have.
Did he call it guacamole?
I don't know, but that's so lame if he did. Guacamole. It's a guacamole bowl. That was his merch to raise
$75.
It's ridiculous.
It makes great guac.
Yeah. Hey, this is more expensive political memorabilia, though. This is swag that's way more expensive.
Jeb and Columba love whipping up guacamole on Sunday Funday. Now you can get on the act with this either guacabowl or guacaboli, but there's an E at the end and it's separated. Jeb's secret guacamole recipe not included, ... yet. For $75, I should get the secret recipe.
Yeah, that's pricey for a little guacamole bowl. So
he
Trump's
also had
new
a
merch,
porn site called Please Fap.
they're not related. Former President Trump is promoting a new piece of merch. It's a watch and a watch collection.
Okay.
These watches, they're not very cheap. Some of the other stuff was cheaper. He's got Victory 47, some cologne. He's got $299 sneakers, $60 Bibles that Trump has sold in the past.
Forgot about the Bibles. That also came with the Constitution, right?
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. And they also said that, we know that Trump had the NFTs, the cards and whatnot that he's had over the years. But these are more expensive. These watches are pricey. The Trump Victory Tourbillon watch, in particular, is priced at $100,000 if you'd like to purchase.
Chump change.
They're limited. There's only 147 Trump Victory Tourbillon watches. There's also a silver gold tone and red silver tone fight watch. Those are $499 a piece. The Onyx gold tone watch is $799 a piece. I want to see these things. I want to take a look at this. See how nice these are. So for the $100,000 watch, that's pretty damn expensive if you ask me. But maybe it's beautiful. Maybe it's worth that. The official Trump watch, here's one of them. It just looks like a Rolex that just says Trump on it. There's nothing else really of note on this one that I'm looking at, but gettrumpwatches.com, I guess, is where they sell them. So let's go to the source. Gettrumpwatches.com. The political merch is just wild these days. That's a nice looking watch. I don't know if I want that kind of watch personally, but you can see the inner workings of it spinning around on this watch. And
I don't know that I want to see that necessarily.
You know, no. This one has his signature on it. $799 for this. This is the fight. I don't know why it's the fight watch though. There's no graphics on it. It's just a very basic one. There's the Tourbillon, the Victory Tourbillon. $100,000.
If you just accidentally click that and bought it,
pre-order now. You hear me?
Dare you?
Here we go. Pre-order now.
Do you have Jack's P cards though?
3, 2, 1. Oh, I clicked it. Only 147 pieces available. It's got 122 diamonds on this thing.
When someone buys it, are they going to change that on the website?
They have to, unless they're lying about how many are available. Once they're gone, Sabrina. It says it right here.
Oh.
Once they're gone, they are gone. Designed for the president. So his merch is stepping it up. That's big monies on that side. If you want to watch and you like Trump, I've got one for you. $100,000. Get your Tourbillon right now.
That's one of those worlds that some people are just really into that I don't think has ever interested me. Like
watches,
watches and timepieces and collecting them or being, into them.
I'm so far away from it that I could not, from far away be like, oh my God, that guy has a $15,000 watch on. I would have no idea.
Like the article I'm reading about the Trump watches is on Wired, and it's like celebrities partnering with watch brands is nothing new. Sometimes a bona fide watch enthusiast like John Mayer partners with Audemars Piguet Or Ed
That
Sheeran,
guy?
who's owner of a unique Patek Philippe, no less. I'm like,
I've heard that name
these
before.
things mean nothing to me.
Yeah, I had a watch long ago. I was trying to see if I could be a watch guy. I had a Tag Heuer, which was about $5,000 or something, and I wore it twice, and I didn't care about it, and I realized I'm not a watch guy. I'm not into it, and I don't like. I like technology. So when you spend a bunch of money on a watch and then you go, it just sits there. It's just,
It's just it looks like it's just a status symbol.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And some people like to collect them, and if you like them, that's fine. I remember my dad had this watch, and he treated it like it was the most valuable thing on the planet. He got it for working 25 years at IBM. He worked there for a long time before he retired. And when my dad got this watch, he said, under no conditions are you to be in my room, and under no conditions are you to ever go and touch my watch. Don't mess with it.
Wow.
This is mine.
That sounds like a reason to touch that watch.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Did you touch it?
Was the watch next to other things that he definitely didn't want you to see?
No, it was just next to like his jewelry, his rings or this or that he had in his nightstand.
That's like don't touch my drum set territory. Like you just want to just rub your balls all over that watch.
Really? So I go, oh man, this must be so valuable, this watch that my dad has. Years later, I looked it up, and it was an $800 Movado watch. And
That's a lot of money back then. Okay, Sean? Jesus.
No, it wasn't even that. My dad treated this watch like, don't touch my watch. Like it was better than a Rolex. It was a Movado watch. I don't even know if it had a metal band. It may have had a leather band on it. He just did not want to spend money on it, fancy things like that. And I'm not for it when it comes to equipment, stuff for the studio. I'll buy expensive stuff. But when it comes to jewelry, I don't care at all. I just don't have it in me. We're going to go over to you. We want to see what you have on your mind because your dispatches are rolling in. And you could send yours if you'd like. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. BDMP says, Coke gave me a 10-year anniversary watch. It was broken when they gave it to me. And they never offered to replace it, he says. That just feels rude. How could they do that to you?
And that's why BDMP, the P stands for Pepsi now. He said, screw you guys.
He's over on the other side. Funny name.
iHeartRadio gave me a 10th anniversary nothing.
Yeah,
it's still up on my mantle.
We don't even get mentioned anymore in that stuff.
Just for the record, Arturito sent in a photo dispatch, and he said, right shirt, wrong place. He's wearing the Have a Great Friday UMFer shirt, and he's at the pediatric doctor. Is that the kid's
job,
doctor?
Arturito?
That is a good-looking shirt. I bet you get lots of compliments on that one.
Lots of what?
Lots of compliments on that one. Funny Name wants to talk about the Trump watchmaker.
Hey, guys. Happy day. So I read the Forbes article about the Trump watches. They're not made by him. Someone licensed his name.
Of course.
They claim the money does not go to his campaign or even Trump for that matter. But the name of the company that's making the watches is bestwatchesonearth.LLC or something like that. It seems to be a no name, but they spent money on buying the movements, which are in $100,000 watches, but there's also like a lower rate version that go for like $14,000, and that seems to be what they've put together here.
Man.
And just tacked on the Trump name and charge out the ass for it.
Yeah, you know what? The other thing about the world of watches and collecting watches is you got to know what you're doing and what you're buying. You could end up so quick with some fake watch and you spend a whole bunch of money on it and you're never getting your money back. I definitely don't have that information. Here's
we had the story last week that like most of the Trump merchandise no money goes to the campaign.
No, because what he does sometimes, I don't know if this is the case for the watches because I really did not look that far into this, but what he does a lot is he'll take a deal. They'll approach him and they'll go, we'll give you $1 million and then we want to put Trump on these watches, and you go, yep, I'll give it the thumbs up. So then Trump doesn't care if it sells or doesn't sell. He gets paid and
but
he
when
moves
it came
on.
to those like digital cards, it was obviously all
those
his.
were him. Yeah, that was he was a big part of that. I don't know if he got a flat payday for that or if he was in the long-term deal for it, but he's got deals constantly going around him. People are chiming in on Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. Here is Solomon.
Hey, it's Kansas Trucker. What the problem is Caitlin is a very good player. However, she happens to be white, and they don't like it. You look at that league, it's 80% African American or black, whatever word you want to use.
Now join the highway.
She's new. She's a freshman, not a freshman. She's a rookie. They're gonna get bounced. They're gonna get tonic. That's what.
Get tonic. I've never heard that.
Big old, getting that vibe right now, my guy.
I don't know what you mean by they're going to get tonic. But yes, you're right that as a rookie, definitely people mess with you, which is why I used the football comparison. I'm just saying for the allegations that people are shouting racist stuff from the sidelines, I haven't seen any video of any of this, and I feel like there would be video. Lisa G talks about the WNBA.
Hey guys, this is Lisa again. Heard you guys are talking about the WNBA. Actually, on the game 2 nights ago, the Fever versus Connecticut, they actually had to have a fan. I'm not sure if they left, but they actually brought attention to the refs. The players brought attention to the ref because the fan in the second row was actually shouting inappropriate things to the players. So there has been a lot of things like that brought up by fans talking, and a lot of the teams are saying they're bandwagon fans, but that's not for me to decide. But just wanted to let you guys know that.
Yeah, I saw that story. That was, because you say it's the Fever, that was a Caitlin Clark game, and she was the one who complained to the ref. I saw that. And I believe I had seen in one of the stories that it was somebody shouting some inappropriate sexual type stuff, or like something that was inappropriate. It wasn't a race-based thing. I think the dude might have been a black guy, actually. I don't remember exactly, but it was not a person shouting racist stuff at the players, as has been alleged by a lot of these folks. I'd love to see if there's any evidence of that. Let me know if you've seen it. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now.
It says after the game, Sun player Alyssa Thomas and the team's coach Stephanie White slammed Fever fans for making racist and homophobic comments towards players on social media throughout the season.
Oh, yes. I've seen that 100%.
I've seen that, too.
Yeah.
Why are you calling them fans if they're doing stuff like that? They're not fans of you. They're trolls.
On Twitter, absolutely. I've seen this. And there is hate that goes both ways because they've introduced race to this, and the players are kind of getting at each other. But I'm talking about real-life human beings in the stands of a WNBA game. I don't know who would do that. It's a social suicide to go out there and do that to begin with.
Oh, but people will do it.
Who?
People that are not considering social suicide, but just want to be the next viral person, or they're just pieces of crap walking the earth. I mean, come on, Sean. We talk about this all the time. If it's not in the basketball fields on an airplane, if it's not somewhere else in public.
I'm talking about the WNBA in particular. I don't think the fans of the WNBA are likely to be these types of people. I think they're likely to be probably progressive women. That's a lot of the people who are fans of this. I don't think there's a bunch of racists who go to the WNBA games and shout stuff. Again, I'd like to see this because if it's happening, I'm sure there's got to be some video of it somewhere. I don't know that that's happening. Is it happening online? Yes, definitely. And it's happening in all directions. But I don't know if this is happening with fans at the actual games. It does happen with soccer on a global scale. Absolutely, that is happening. There's been plenty of evidence of that occurring. But in the U.S. at a WNBA game, I'm waiting to see what they show me as evidence of this. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
I'm not a dumbass. I get it. I understand.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Now that Helene is history, we pick up the tree limbs and we're back to work and school today. We'll have a couple of passing showers. Inside of any of the brief downpours, we could see some wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Otherwise, high temperatures today close to 90 degrees. This weekend, we'll have a couple of scattered storms around during the afternoon. There is some lingering tropical moisture, but otherwise things will quiet down. Highs around 90. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
Whenever you need us, just reach out and we'll be there.
with more locations, more experts, and more resources to deliver the healthcare you need to comfort you and make you feel your best. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
Guys, this is an amazing hack to make your life even better than it already is. Blue Chew. Blue Chew is amazing. It's unique. It's an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but it's chewable. It's really easy for you to eat. They're good, and they work very, very well. They're performance enhancement for the bedroom. They can help you gain extra confidence when it's time to perform. And who doesn't need a little extra help? Blue Chew is an online prescription service. I love this about Blue Chew. You don't have to go to the doctor's office and have an awkward conversation. You shouldn't feel awkward about this, but this makes it even better. You don't have to wait in line at the pharmacy. This comes right to your front door in a discreet package. If you don't like swallowing pills, you don't have to worry. These are chewable Blue Chews, are made in the USA, and they come right to you. That's why these are fantastic, and here's why you should act now. There's a special deal for you, the listener. Try Blue Chew free when you use the promo code, which is TNJ at checkout. Make sure you use that because it's going to help you out a lot. When you go to the checkout at BlueChew.com, use TNJ, and you just pay shipping. It's $5. That's it. That's it. BlueChew.com, promo code TNJ to get your first month free. Check them out now at BlueChew.com.
Bonkers Comedy Club returns to the Wharf at Sunset Walk with Ross Padgett live. Saturday, October 5th at 9:30 p.m. Come by for a free special encore performance starring Ross Padgett with special guest Brad Schutz. Register now to reserve your space at wharfatsunsetwalk.com. Don't miss Ross Padgett's live performance at the Wharf at Sunset Walk next to Margaritaville Resort Orlando. Saturday, October 5th at 9:30 p.m. To reserve your free tickets today, visit wharfatsunsetwalk.com.
People often ask why I continue to do what I do. For the past 8 years as sheriff, my passion for law enforcement in our community has driven me to make a positive impact. As a dedicated leader, I've introduced new technologies to improve public safety and built programs that strengthen our community ties. Being sheriff isn't just a job for me. It's about making a real difference and ensuring our efforts lead to lasting results by always going the extra mile. Paid by Mike Chitwood, Independent for Sheriff.
How long have you been thinking about going solar? With power bills soaring higher and higher than ever, it's time to think about what you can save instead of what you're spending. Each year you wait, you could be losing thousands. This year alone, prices have jumped over 10%. Isn't it time you own your own power with Solar Source? With over 40 years in business, Solar Source has over 60,000 installations right here in Central Florida. They've had the same phone number since 1984. It's no wonder this company is the one I trust. I started with a pool heater solar, and now I'm thrilled that Solar Source has a pay-as-you-go system. I can save monthly, and it starts at $99. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 40-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term life insurance may only cost you about $100 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-239-1749. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-239-1749. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-239-1749. 800-239-1749 or biglou.com.
Florida's law enforcement officers know how to keep us safe, but Tallahassee politicians think they know better. That's why they're lying about Amendment 3. The truth? Amendment 3 will protect Floridians from marijuana laced with deadly drugs like fentanyl and provide billions in funding for police. Here's Gadsden County Sheriff Morris Young on Amendment 3.
I'm Sheriff Morris Young. Illicit marijuana laced with illegal drugs like fentanyl have destroyed lives. I know because I've seen it firsthand. Amendment 3 will save lives by making marijuana safe, regulated, and lab tested. Amendment 3 will protect our community from dangerous illegal drugs while allowing law enforcement to focus on serious crimes. Vote yes on Amendment 3, the smarter and safer choice for Florida.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite number 3, 321 Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Ready to be a part of the magic as a cast member at Walt Disney World Resort? We are hiring a variety of full-time and part-time roles with great benefits like theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs.
This earful of real radio is sponsored by Sunset Walk Best of Challenge. Tickets on sale now at sunsetwalk.com. Radio.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
So it didn't make the cut, and today we're going to wrap everything up for a Friday. It's been fun, friends. Thanks for hanging out with us. We do appreciate that. We'll see you again next week, of course. Before we get into the final dispatches and stories that didn't make the cut and all of that good stuff, I want to remind you there's a new secret show that drops every Friday. Uncensored show available for you on thenewsjunkie.com. You can learn all about the world of secret shows and unlock it right now, or gift Secret Shows access to others. Learn more on thenewsjunkie.com right now. We'll see you over there. Right now, it's time to do it. Hang on, I've got to get ready. Here we are. Now I'm set. Let's do the final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
All right, we shall see. Here we go. We got a bunch of good ones here in the final moments of this show. Let's refresh just to get the latest, and we go to Rux. Well, we'll get to that in a second. Let's go to Dingo first here.
What up, News Junkie? Dingo here. Just want to chime in real quick about the watches. I've had some fancy watches in my day, but I tell you what, the watches that I get the most compliments on are just old school Swatches.
Oh, man, I haven't heard Swatch in a while. Swatch, or it was big to have a Fossil watch when I was in high school. I'm not sure to what extent those are around anymore.
Mine was Baby G's.
Oh, those were, is that the Shock or something? Or, yeah. My dad loved those. He had a big black, Shock watch that he used to wear all the time.
The paws right there, you know.
They were like the Hummer of watches. They were big. They were, you could do anything to them. And they would not break.
What was that gesture you just made?
No, I'm not doing that anymore.
Are kids in high school right now allowed to have Apple Watches?
I don't know.
Because obviously you're not supposed to have your phone out, you know, and when I was in high school, it was supposed to be turned off. But I would think that if that's something that you could use to, like, text people and stuff, they would not want you to have it.
And even cheat.
Yeah, it could definitely be used for that. Absolutely. Here's Rux talking about the WNBA.
Yo, Junkies, what's going on?
Hey.
So about the WNBA situation, unfortunately, there are some racial undertones that go to it, and it sucks, but for the most part, the reason why would be because, at least to me, would be because the WNBA has been around for a long time, and the majority of the players are predominantly African-American women.
Yeah.
But then when a Caucasian woman enters the game, then all of a sudden now you're getting huge coverage, and it's now a sport that's being talked about way more than it did prior to Caitlin Clark entering the game.
That's an interesting way to look at this. You're saying it's a chicken or an egg argument. Is it that Caitlin Clark is bringing all these new fans to it because of her playing in college, and then that newfound attention from these new fans is leading to more coverage? Or is it that it would have been WNBA would have been this big all along, but they didn't bother to talk about it? I don't think so. I don't think that the WNBA had juice before now. I don't think that anybody was, I've never heard anybody engage in a conversation about it. I've heard a lot of people engage in conversations about college women's basketball because that's long been very big. But now they got something else going on. And I don't think it's just getting attention because of her being white. I think it's the phenomenon of these new girls, and it's not just Caitlin Clark, who have brought something new to the WNBA. There's rivalries. There's all kinds of fun stuff going on. The racism stuff is a lame angle, but here we are regardless. We're going to have to stop it there. The song was right today. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage.
Cento Family Moving and Storage, Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving services for packing to delivery. They're fully licensed and insured to provide a seamless moving experience. And when they say forget the stress, move with the best, that is 100% correct, and they mean it, because that was a part of our move. There's a lot of stressful pieces of that puzzle, and they were definitely something that made it a whole lot easier. And I didn't have to lift stuff, which was great too. Anytime, anywhere. Get a quote today at centomoving.com.
All right, Fox News cuts off Trump as he goes on a ludicrous rant about the declining quality of furniture in North Carolina.
Oh, come on. How could you get rid of that? That's content.
That's very particular furniture. Just North Carolina furniture?
He said there's no place to buy furniture like North Carolina. You are the furniture capital of the world, but now so much of that business has been stolen from you, and it's made in China and other places. And the quality is nowhere near as good. It's nowhere near as good. They break in 2 months now, Trump said, and he kept going on furniture for a while. Roseanne was screaming a bunch of crazy stuff about the elites being vampires at that Tucker Carlson thing. This is going back into the week here. New York City Council is voting on rat contraceptive plans. A lot of other good stuff as the week went along.
Condoms. Interesting.
Yeah. Tiny condoms.
I think they're going to put it in food that the rats eat, and then it makes it so the rats can't have rat babies. And they got a lot of rats in New York. Lots of problems they're dealing with. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, September 27th, 2024. Today I Learned this lady right here. Lady Gaga. That's right. Lady Gaga back again on the show. She is the only female artist ever to have 4 singles, each selling at least 10 million copies globally. And I guess she just teased some new song that she's working on. I haven't heard it yet. Yeah, she put out like a thing on Instagram or something. I didn't get a chance to listen to the clip, though, because I was somewhere where I couldn't have volume at the time. All right, and finally, today I learned this band right here. Survivor is correct. The lead singer of the band Survivor was supposed to be in Deep Purple. They were all set up. He was going to be the lead singer of the band Deep Purple, and then it didn't work out. And he said, well, what am I going to do? I missed my chance at fame. Then he started his own band. He said, well, call it Survivor because I'm still here, baby. Eye of the Tiger came around and all that other stuff. And look at him now, even this song, which is pretty damn catchy. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back on Monday, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast.